education, and you know, unless you don't go home. But which parts do you? Because I've had some education from my tribesman here, and I know that in the Volta region there are different, sub-tribes. So I want to know, if you say you are from Aveme, Mr. Chairman, can you talk to the chief? I can take it on a lighter note, but he easily gets emotional. So if he's introducing this, we should stop. Where do you belong? If you say you are from Aveme, what should we, are you an Anlo man? Are Aveme people Anlo people? Yes, we've heard you. We know.
I'm an Ebe.
Yes, in the Volta region, they speak Ewe. You are an Ewe, I know. But your sub-tribe, I want to know from you whether you often go home, and you know. Because I have asked mine and I know. Pardon? So it's your sub-tribe Vedome.
That is so.
Yes, so say it. How have you gotten yourself immersed into the culture of your people?
I have lived among my people for a greater part of my life. I visit my people, and as you can see from behind, my chiefs are here with me.
Don't go there. Don't go there. You deal with the issue. They being here is neither here nor there. You deal with the culture.
No, I want to know what exactly you mean by how I immerse myself in the culture. I would be very grateful if you can guide me on that.
Oh, sure. I will guide you. The Agbaja dance, do you know how to dance it?
We dance in my side of the Volta region. We do not dance Agbaja. We dance a couple of them. We have Akpi. Do you know Akpi? Then we have Bobobo. I believe you know Bobobo.
So, honorable nominee, we are here to learn about our country. Kindly demonstrate the Akpi dance a bit, just for a second.
Honorable nominee, the question is overruled. You are not going to demonstrate.
Chairman, if you decide to be whimsical and capricious, it will not advance the work of this committee. Apart from the constitutional issues involved, it is also about our culture. We've had nominees speaking their dialect here, and I do not think that if you start by is overruled. The man is talking about a dance that we all don't know until today. If anybody had asked me in the Volta region, as part of our culture, what are the dances, I would have said Agbaja and Bobobo. Today, he is enlightening me and others. And I'm saying that he should demonstrate it just in some 30 seconds. And you saying that, you are disallowing the question.
Honorable Minority Leader, I take offense from the fact that you are saying I'm being whimsical and capricious. So I will urge upon you to withdraw those words you use on me.
Chairman, I will not
stand by overruling the question that you are not going to demonstrate any dance.
You were whimsical and capricious in the way you overruled my question. I will not withdraw.
You would not demonstrate any dance. This is not a demonstration forum. This is appointment committee. So I insist that you withdraw the word that I'm being whimsical and capricious.
Chairman, I will not withdraw. I'm sorry. I will not withdraw. You rudely overruled me. I will not withdraw.
I would again ask that you withdraw the word rudely.
Chairman, one more time, I will not withdraw. I'm sorry.
Will you withdraw?
Chairman, I'm sorry, I will not withdraw.
Well, to demonstrate to you that I am the chairman for this particular vetting committee, that may be your last question. I will proceed to acknowledge the presence of the following guests.
Shaking my meal, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Baby, I just want to pick it, I pick it, I pick it, I pick it. I pick it, I pick it, I pick it. Shaking my meal, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Baby, I just want to pick it, I pick it, I pick it, I pick it.
She didn't chill for prison, yo. She didn't say wow. She for things wow.
We're here.
that side and rubber cheese. I know press the bro. Big up. What a same thing. Jata, Jata, Jata. You hold the waist, hold the waist, hold the waist. Shake your waist and shake your waist. Your waist and shake your waist. Shake your waist and shake your waist. Your waist and shake your waist. Jata, Jata, Jata. You hold the waist, hold the waist, hold the waist. Shake your waist and shake your waist. Your waist and shake your waist. Shake your waist and shake your waist. Your waist and shake your waist. Jata, Jata, Jata. You hold the waist, hold the waist, hold the waist. Shake your waist and shake your waist. Your waist and shake your waist. Shake your waist and shake your waist. Your waist and shake your waist. A lot of way, a lot of way.
Adwina ye adwina ye ti ye ya utum sa kwa wo nwini bi Chami warm up, chami warm up.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government.
I love Fridays. I love Fridays. Don't you love Fridays? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is Good Morning God on Metro Television. My name is Aldo Moro. It's always a pleasure coming your way. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed we're glad in it. And He's given us a rare privilege of returning here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that matter to you. Once again, Juma Mubarak. I say it every Friday, and that's why I'm saying once again, Juma Mubarak to Muslims. So our Muslim viewers who are watching us. both here in Ghana and across the world. Let's meet at the mosque at 12:30 and pray to Allah. Now, today is the 3rd of October 2025. I'll just go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting today. I'll start with, as usual, the Daily Graphic. It says 75 years of truth. Daily Graphic, the nation's trusted voice, Chief of Staff. Energy Ministry pushes for open bidding for power generation, and there's cocoa prices up again. The Ghanaian Times. Concrete action now. Public expectation on President's meeting with CSOs over Galamsey, and as Galamsey pit collapses, 5 dead. And as cocoa price goes up again, a bag now 3,625 from 3,228. We won't be dumb sight for deportees, President assures. A Jumawura program takes off with first 10,000 beneficiaries. Daily Guide. Apologize and resign. Minority to Sam George. Nkasem Chiefs, Lord Government and Newmont. There's 7 kills in collapse Galamsey pit. There's KGL support and the 17 Cold Soccer Championship. Nurses, midwives protest over 10-month salary arrears. And Daily Guide, once again, is reminding us that tomorrow they will resume publication. Tomorrow, as in Saturday. The Herald newspaper. Why MPP and Jubilee House rejected Musa Dankwe's money-driven polls. As GES interdicts another teacher over sexual misconduct, but police sit idle. HSRC Ghana comments Mohammed's anti-Galamsey dialogue, warns against heavy-handed tactics. There's a Japan camp warns Bamia over vicious attacks. KGL Foundation supports juvenile football development with $1 million and the 17 Coals Championship 2025. The new weekend crusading guide, Ernest Komla's new book, tackles poverty, ignorance, and failed leadership. Akufo-Addo confronts Europe at the EU summit. Cancel Africa's debt, fix the climate. Will restore Metrobus to operate 24 hours, Deputy Transport Minister. And there's also Chiefs chair government, Newmont over in Kasem, cooperative mining drive. Extend your research agenda to land guard activities, Central Region Chiefs to Bahama. KGL Foundation pushes juvenile football through under-17 Coast Championship 2025. The Informer. Shutdown of Kwanyako plant. Agona Chief urges decisive action on Galamsey. Ghana not dumping ground for deportees. Mahama clarifies. This Agenda 111 project remains priority. Baumia pledges completion. Obsession with votes undermines sound governance. Zaneto laments. This KGL Foundation revitalizes under-17 Coals football. The Daily Statesman. Boakye Jakun urges MPP to end infighting. Minority Sam George must resign unfit for position. KGL Foundation powers grassroots football. $1 trillion African debt moral indictment. Akufo-Addo calls for global economic liberation. Why citizens want Kulendi removed as SC judge. The Ghanaian Publisher. Africa's $1 trillion debt unjust. Akufo-Addo. KGL Foundation champions juvenile football. There's Mahama petition to remove Kulendi. Metro Mars to operate 24 hours, according to Minister. The Daily Post. UNIDO and GEA launch U-Spark to improve SME operations. And President Mahama calls for courage, integrity, and humility from new justices. Government increases 2025-2026 cocoa crop season price by 400 cedis. The Inquisitor. Dealing with a deadly situation, JM meets CSOs today over Galamsey. Tomorrow is Sanitation Day. In Kasem Chiefs, Lord Government over Cooperative Mining Project. KGL Foundation to continue supporting juvenile football. The Inside. Julius Deborah urges media to back government's 24-hour economy. Ex-AG Godfrey Dami dodges CID summons over Jakpa petition. The KGL Foundation promotes juvenile football through under-17 Coals Championship 2025. Veep hails Mohammed's Ejumera program, says it is a catalyst for economic transformation. Deputy Transport Minister vows to restore Metro Mass 24-hour operations. And then the Catholic Standard. Jubilee House calls CSOs to Galamsey talks, and there's Imbesa Jubilee Assembly opens in Eswatini. Stop the sin against Lazarus, Bishop warns on Galamsey. The Central Region thirst. Galamsey steals our water, our future. And there's a former Catholic Standard editor among new ambassadors. And there's always an editorial, isn't there? Time to end Galamsey Gamble. All right, so that's it for the newspaper headlines. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana. Don't go anywhere. But as always, I would urge you to check out Metro TV online. Watch this.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business With Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit's toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. It makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
Hooray, Ghana! The Ministry of Transport and its agencies invite you to the Ghana Transport and Logistics Fair 2025. It's the first of its kind in Ghana. From 22nd to 24th October 2025, the World Trade Center Accra comes alive with cars, ship, train, logistics and plane dealers all in one place. Are you a modern car dealer? Do you sell electric vehicles? Then this fair is your platform to shine. Students and the general public will experience free electric car test drives, thrilling maritime showcases, and even free helicopter rides. All 15 agencies under the Ministry of Transport, plus global car dealers, airlines, logistic giants, and investors will be there with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as our guest of honor. Register now at info.digitaligh.org 0244-613-246 or visit our website www.transportlogfair.org. The Ghana Transport and Logistics Fair 2025. Beyond movement, resetting Ghana's transport future.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Me and you coffee be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God down for boom. If you're poor, what's that to you? So would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey! Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash
Choose your ticket, enter your lucky number, follow the prompts, and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Pink Month is here again. You know, October has been dedicated as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are having 3 tidbits for today. 1, when you see changes in your breasts, you have to go for checkup. 2, when you examine your breast in the house and you find out that there is a lump unusual in your breast, you have to go for examination or checkup. Lastly, don't sit at home for you to die of breast cancer.
So I'd just like to address the current excitement on social media about sucking of the breast. Everything we do for breast cancer is scientific. I'll say by their fruits you will know them. It's in the Bible. Everything is based on science. You don't just get up and treat breast cancer with anything that you have. The same way that proves that it's only a particular drug that can treat malaria is the same thing. It's only a particular sequence that can treat breast cancer, and that is how it's done wherever in the world. The only difference is the availability of the drugs. It's the same whether it's in Australia, Japan, Canada, Oceania, USA. The guidelines are the same. The only thing I'll say, there's only one sucking that has proven to reduce the incidence of breast cancer, which is the babies sucking the mother's breast for the first 2 years of their life. We all know that we don't want to have the babies to suck our breast for 2 years for social reasons, but that is the correct thing and has proven to reduce the incidence of breast cancer, even for 1 year. And you can see that the babies over that 1 year will suck your breast more than any man will suck your breast in your lifetime. So that is the only type of sucking. All the others is just for social fantasies. The men can go ahead and do whatever they can, but they should give the right excuses for going ahead to suck women's breasts. The marital home is undefiled. They can do whatever they do, but they shouldn't give the excuse that it reduces breast cancer. They should rather encourage their wives to breastfeed for at least a year. So I'd just like to address the current excitement on social media about sucking of the breast. Everything we do for breast cancer is scientific. I'll say by their fruits you will know them. It's in the Bible. Everything is based on science. You don't just get up and treat breast cancer with anything that you have. The same way that proves that it's only a particular drug that can treat malaria is the same thing. It's only a particular sequence that can treat breast cancer, and that is how it's done wherever in the world. The only difference is the availability of the drugs. It's the same whether it's in Australia, Japan, Canada, Oceania, USA. The guidelines are the same. The only thing I'll say, there's only one sucking that has proven to reduce the incidence of breast cancer, which is the babies sucking the mother's breast for the first 2 years of their life. We all know that we don't want to have the babies to suck our breast for 2 years for social reasons, but that is the correct thing and has proven to reduce the incidence of breast cancer, even for 1 year. And you can see that the babies over that 1 year will suck your breast more than any man will suck your breast in your lifetime. So that is the only type of sucking. All the others is just for social fantasies. The men can go ahead and do whatever they can, but they should give the right excuses for going ahead to suck women's breasts. The marital home is undefiled. They can do whatever they do, but they shouldn't give the excuse that it reduces breast cancer. They should rather encourage their wives to breastfeed for at least a year.
But statistics just say 1% of men so it's mean one form quantity the possibility say breast cancer is high, and every year be a campaign or more church and Matthias say genetics suits me a cause breast cancer. And say we busumo a bia o mami bi ana say una cancer bi enye bi, the possibility say ubenye bi high.
When you say breast cancer you could cry, my better your friend is saying unufumu.
And mostly in Sonneto in Manufumba, like 19 years, 3% and 1% of men in so in your breast cancer. You will quite a faster massage, so maybe 2 times in a week or something. But and yes, a bright, friend is saying October, brain now say breast cancer and Kwana was so at least you have to do it. Ujari real, a shashim, no way. That one you could see, say, Kukwambia, but Tony Fumana, say, Bibisana. What they are checking
is those who use the black bra. They don't like to wash it because they feel it's black. And you know, like that, I feel like it can also cause breast cancer too. And maybe I was told after the menses too, you're supposed to massage it, so they shouldn't like forget, they should do that all the time. Maybe after the menses, they should try to massage the breast to avoid breast cancer.
Enra Anajo may prepare for a net program in Aminsaka or more reporter or Modiaba. Omwa ye juma papa within a short period of time. Omwa pick samples from Izona Eastern region, more monitoria. Izoni na say Adriania ye diwo region no. Ye nim near me womb. Inti a friend or my san shimuno, but near bede didn't say sa chemicals ye nim se bebre na ye carcinogenic no. Bebre wo ye duaninum, bebre wo ye nsuonum, bebre wo ya asasinum. Inti enye nwanwa se ye nso ye cancer no e wo so. And I'm happy and grateful to Teva Omokroyana support yen to do that research. INA University of Environment and Sustainable Development. Timin from of videos and I mean that Professor Edward Yafe Deborah. In fact, your last born on a pro vice chancellor. The program no a call yapen almost, and I'm sure say the report need there a bar a bit me abwa in policy formulation. Otherwise, a bear cacrano, a nipa be brave, nebenya cancer horror region, because as say, yes, say environment no dodo, a war yen eastern region.
This breast cancer issue is something that we need not just 1 month to do it, but at least when they are coming out with their actions plan, we need to always have it. All the chief zones, the health directorate, the regional health directorate, they should, and I know they always have it. They always have it in their action plan. In my constituency, for instance, the health directorate, they organize it anytime. They just don't wait for October to do it. That's why I'm commending the municipal health director for some of these things. Because it's not when you see somebody being affected by breast cancer, it's an eyesore. Yeah. It's an eyesore. And the cost of treatment is also the problem. Yeah, it's so expensive to be treated. The operation is so expensive, the medication is so expensive. So I'm happy that there are many individuals and NGOs that, have come out to be supporting people who are infected with breast cancer. So by and large, it's something that the men should pay attention to.
Right.
And the women should also pay attention to themselves because they carry the breast. We will always come in to support. How do we support? I'm sure within this month, every man is encouraged to at least be, the men are encouraged to, Moro, you want to laugh at me, don't. You let me make my point. I'm saying that in this October, from today 1st to the last day of October, every man should endeavor to at least also massage your wife's breast. I'm saying your wife. If you don't have wife and you go and touch any illegal breast and then you have a problem, that one, it is not Cletus's fault. I'm saying your wife.
Why? Why?
I like the advice he gives and then the manner in which he went about it. But having said that, yes, breast cancer in general is a serious issue facing humanity. And it's like the study have demonstrated that it's actually on the increase because of modern lifestyle. Almost everybody now have known somebody who have died of cancer. In fact, breast cancer in particular, I've known a mother who has passed away because of breast cancer, and the daughter also passed away because of breast cancer. So you can see that there's a genetic risk factor involved. And there are so many other risk factors. So a week of this nature would be very good for us to indicate women in particular some of the risk factors. And when you read the literature, I don't know whether you may know, I'm also a qualified nurse, so I know some of those areas. So some of the risk factors, they said a high level of alcohol intake can increase your risk of cancer. Red meat can also increase your risk of cancer in general. Weight, if you are overweight, it can increase. And also if you are not very active, all increase the risk of breast cancer.
More women are reporting for breast cancer screening in the health facilities in the Ketu municipalities. The screening exercise have led to the detection of rising breast cancer cases in some 30 women out of 100 who visited the Ketu South Municipal Hospital in 2020.
There are three key things that will bring down the government of the NDC. Galamsey is one. We'll discuss
We'll come
it.
to Galamsey, yeah.
The other one is the aura. And the third and most critical one is the arrogance of power being exhibited by some appointees of this government. They feel that because you are a minister or you are holding a position, you know it all. You must force it down the throat of Ghanaians, as if the rest of us, we don't have anything in our heads.
Failing which the chief executive officer and the validators should pay. I stand by the auditor's recommendation. You are going to pay 3.7 million Ghana cedis. The Auditor General will take care of you. Thank you very much, Tamale Teaching Hospital. You don't respond to auditors. Maybe this is the only thing that is going to shake you so that you respond. You are discharged.
Mr. Chair.
Now, Bono District Hospital, please.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I have the permission to.
You have the permission to,
Good.
yes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, it is not the case that management teaching hospital do not just care. That is not the case, respectfully.
Did you respond to the auditors?
That is why I indicate, Mr. Chair, that we responded out of time. I must admit. We responded out of time.
Somebody asking you to pay 3.7 million Ghana cedis, and you responded out of time. You were given about 2 months during the audit, during the exit interview, management letter, and you responded out of time. Hey, Masa.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Respectfully, Mr. Chair.
When they say corruption is MPs, it's politicians. Sir, you are distracted.
I'm very delighted the fact that we've been doing this all our lives, and finally there's a government that believes that what we're doing needs to be appreciated. I've been arrested, deported because of the passport that I use, right? So I guess this time around, no more deportation, no more arresting, and I believe that it will enable me to do better and bigger with what I do, because the main goal of what I do is to showcase the beauty of Ghana and the rest of the continent, and I know that this passport will actually elevate me to another level, and I'm here for the next level, by the way. Yeah.
Have you received any call from the Australian embassy yet?
No, I'm actually going there tomorrow. Because I was not here when it was announced, and I was also not aware. So, I mean, receiving it today, the first thing that I need to do is to go to the Australian embassy, and I'll tell them, hey, I'm not a diplomat, please. Give me my visa, bro. Yeah.
Giving this to us is easy, but I think deciding to do it is difficult because it comes with so many questions that have to be answered. And I am immensely grateful that you answered those questions, and you've alluded to some of them here. I mean, it's nothing we didn't know that would happen. But I do have to say that I personally, being amongst these wonderful, extraordinary individuals, have had a very close relationship with each one of them. Even if I were not on this list, I would have celebrated from here to the end of the world. Yes, because they each bring something that I could never imagine how it's done. I mean, with Amaya, I can't imagine jumping on lions and sitting with elephants. I don't know how you do it. Denta, I've been close to you many times when a sponsor has said at the last minute, they will not be able to give you the money for Goobers, and you push forward because you've always said, this means more than just access to resources. It means putting Ghana on the map. Ibrahim, we met 11 years ago, and I never understood why you collected all kinds of garbage and turned them into art. but you explained to me, and I thought, we are sleeping on access to all sorts of beautiful things. And so you have indeed turned the small into big, as Honorable Jipa Gomashi said. And you, Rocky, from interviewing you to
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. That's the show. You can monitor, you can follow on radio, 94.1 FM. And as I can tell you, it's very, very clear. It's crystal clear. So my guests are seated. Today I have the Honourable former Member of Parliament for the Ododo constituency. He's a stalwart of the NDC. He's paid his dues. He's been around for a very, very long time. He is one of Ghana's foremost sports commentators. I don't think we've had any commentator that's better than this man I'm talking about. He loves sports. He loves boxing. He likes football. He plays football even at his age. And I'm sure that your guess is as good as mine. I'm talking about the man who is now the national coordinator for the District Road Improvement Program. I'm talking about Edwin Ni Lante van der Poy. Good morning.
Good morning, Moro.
Awuki.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure to have you join us. Lafia. Lafia.
Mongodi Allah.
Mongodi Allah. Yakomi Nakomi.
Alhamdulillah.
You know, one of the things a lot of people admire about you is is the fact that you are a polyglot. You speak a lot of languages, and it's really admirable.
It's by the grace of God.
Yeah.
And because of the diversity of my family.
Right.
I've come far. You know, and if you've stayed with various grandmothers and aunties before, you know.
Yeah. And the truth of the matter is that it is not, and the thing is, you speak all these languages very fluently.
Really? I know that my Hausa is being affected a bit now because of my, moving away from Zongolin permanently. I only frequent the place and I hardly meet my friends to speak. But it's a language I wouldn't want to lose at all because it's the most beautiful language.
Right. All right, so let's do this. You know, as I always do when you show up on the show, you turn up for the show, is to try and do what I call public service, because there are many, many people who are also monitoring and would want to know what you've been up to with the portfolio or with the charge or the responsibility which has been given you. You're the national coordinator of a very, very important institution. You know, I'm talking about DRIP. Because every day when you wake up, people are complaining about the roads. Okay. So you play a very, very critical role. What's up?
Well, thank you very much. And let me say good morning to your viewers and also to all those who are listening to us on radio. I want to say we thank God that we are live today. drip is a very, very important intervention in the life of our people. Those of us who are in the urban areas do not really see the importance of drip. But those of our people who are living in the rural areas and some of the remote parts of the country really, really are now worshipping and cherishing drip. I've just come back from the Bono region, where I went to see the work being done, equipment, and Doma East, Doma West, Brekum East, Brekum West, and then Sunyani East, Sunyani West. To be frank with you, I was excited. I felt proud. And I want to thank President Mahama for giving me this opportunity to also assist in the intervention of the lives of the people. For example, in Brekum, in Doma East, I want to use Doma East as the perfect example for other districts. And I think that I am really, really impressed. I want to take the opportunity to commend the Member of Parliament for Doma East, also the Chief Executive, the District Chief Executive, the Coordinating Director, the Roads Engineer, the Drip Coordinator, and the others who have worked. Doma East, every year they have perennial problems of some of their communities being cut away from the capital city, Wamfie. But this year, through the intervention of DRIP, they've been able to put into shape 65.2 kilometers of their roads, which lead out and into the capital city, Wamfie, to Wamnamafo, Abebrese, and so all these communities, they've opened up so much that when we got there, it was a market day, and the whole market was full of plantain and other things. And the presiding member of the assembly told me, this is the first time in many years that around this time they could have the market still vibrant and their revenue going up. Because hitherto, around this time, the communities are cut off, foodstuffs are not able to come to the capital city, and so they are not able, the assembly is not able to really maximize revenue. But this time, they've been able, through the drip equipment, they've been able, the only thing they were complaining about is the fact that it is draining their coffers. Yes, it is, because drip did not have any budget line. We were not considered in the budget, and under the common fund formula, which is supposed to be the main funding source of drip, two weren't considered. So the assemblies are squeezing water out of stone to be able to maintain and to fuel the equipment to be able to do the work they are supposed to do. So when you see any assembly with equipment but are unable to do what they are supposed to do, it's because they don't have the resources to buy the fuel. According to Doma East, they could not just sit down, so they virtually credited fuel from fuel vendors to be able to do that. And they thought that making the people happy will help them, because then they'll be able to generate more IGF and pay back the fuel they credited. Doma Municipal, wonderful. There is this road from Doma town towards the Côte d'Ivoire border. Between Kotokrom and to Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivorians have done their own asphalt street. But between Doma to the border, ours, the road terrible. They'll be able to use the drip equipment to reshape the road, and now people are moving in and out conveniently. There was refuse dump problem for the municipal. They used the drip equipment to get a new road from town about 1.7 kilometers to a new dumping site for both solid and liquid waste. And to them, it's a big relief, because hitherto refuse heaps were in town, and that was prone to cholera and other diseases around this time. But now that they've been able to get the refuse dump out of town, it has brought more cleanliness, and the paramount chief, Doma Hene, who, congratulations to him, is now an appeal court judge,
right,
has insisted that he doesn't want to see any refuse dump within town. So now they are able to put their trucks, their skip trucks in place to move the refuse from town to the final dumping site, and they couldn't have done that without the drip equipment. Went to Brekum West, the same. They've been able to open up the district capital, Jinjini.
Okay.
And they are able now to move in and out certain areas where hitherto it was difficult for them to access.
Okay.
It become much more easier for them to do so. So, yesterday I was in Cape Coast, and the Municipal Assembly, the Cape Coast Municipal Assembly, has been able to do a lot of work, especially in Cape Coast North. The South hasn't got too many of rural areas, and they are lucky.
Right.
Most of the South is tarred. So the North is where they have a lot of issues, where with the Urban Roads Department engineers and the others, the drip coordinators, and we went to look at some of the roads that they've done in Cape Coast North. It's so far it's good. I think with the right support, if we should get a very sustainable source of funding, or if we are considered under the common fund, and there's a stable percentage given to us, all the districts will be able to maintain their roads, and that will ease the pressure of central government. Because it will make the decentralization more meaningful, because the assemblies then are able to determine what roads we need to do at this time, which will help us maximize revenue, which roads to do at this time, which will create more access to people around this time to go to hospital, to go to school, to do this. So that somebody sitting down in Accra awarding contracts and all those things will be a thing of the past.
Okay.
You understand? In that situation too, we also will be able to minimize the corruption that is involved in contract awards and people doing shoddy job and all those things. This one is the assembly.
Okay.
So the assembly are doing their own work.
Right.
They are putting their own road in shape. And as such, they will want to do the right job so that people will not complain, because the people know that they did it themselves.
Right.
You know, sometimes the contractor comes to do a job and it's gone. You won't even get that contractor to come and fix it by when a road becomes bad. But if it's assembly, then the routine maintenance regime of the assembly will be kicked into effect.
Right.
And then every time they will make sure that road that they did, they spend money to do, is motorable.
Right, right. All right, let me also say that Paul is here. Paul Adomatre is the host of Good Evening Ghana, and a seasoned journalist and the former board chair of Ghana Airports Company Limited. Good morning.
Good
Paul,
morning,
good
sir.
to see you.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yes, we are good.
Yeah.
You have Neil Ante van der Poel, one of the best sports ministers of the Fourth Republic.
Yes. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. One of the best sports commentators.
You see, Paul.
No, minister.
Okay. That's signed and sealed. You're not sure what sports commentator.
Oh, sports commentator is before. If you know him well, yes.
Anyway, Paul, good to see you.
Muguyaro.
Muguyaro.
One light.
Okay. I don't know whether he understands.
It's a bad boy.
But I'm happy to hear him talk about the drip. And I'm not happy to hear that he's not sure that there will be regular funding, because Professor Kwame Nkrumah made a point this week that he thought that the District Assembly Common Fund should reroute and go directly to the assemblies. It shouldn't go through any platform.
True.
I'm not sure why we are still struggling with that conversation about what we should do with that. The drip, in terms of who brought it, became contentious in 2024, whereas the MPP claimed that it was Akufo-Addo's legacy. The NDC claimed that it was a joint legacy of all members of parliament. And so it's good that something that did not used to be has been instituted as part of our democratic and local government systems. And I entirely agree with him. I mean, the roads are devastating, and the kinds of inner city roads in the district is a road that connects to only a few people, but the aggregate of all of them is the whole country. So if you are in Amasaman and I'm in Teshi Tebibian, or where I am, I don't feel your Amasaman pain. You don't feel my Teshi pain. If we allow central government to distribute, it's going to be chaotic. So it's very important that the people in the area have their money, the equipment are now available, and then they go ahead and do it. So I'm not sure how that conversation is going.
This whole concept, I've heard some of your party commentators argue very forcefully that the idea didn't start from the NPP, and that is an idea that's been there for a long time.
Oh, historically, every government has tried to have an intervention in the area of rural roads.
Okay.
Paul will agree with me because Paul is not far from me when I consider age.
Right.
During Rawlings' time, we used to have what we call the maintenance work camps, where equipment, resources like gravel, bitumen, and all those things were camped. So when, for example, you are from Accra going to Kumasi, we have about 2 of them. One just before Nkoko, in Kawadine or something, and then one around the Center for Soil and Industrial
Research.
Yes, Fumesuya or something. Fumesuya around that area. I remember when I was a young boy, between Kumasi and Sunyani, we used to have about 2 of those camps. It's been there over the years, but it looks like those ones were meant for the major roads. And then the rural roads were not really in question because the Department of Federal Roads was then charged with the responsibility. And the country was not really opened. And most of rural roads at that time were what we call timber. It's only the timber trucks and the caterpillars and things which go to those areas and help the farm, the people within the farm areas to come. But over the years, in order to sustain food production, governments have opened up rural areas. Every government has done part. So around the time of President Kufuor brought in these huge graders. Is it Bowman or something? I've forgotten. German graders.
Right.
And that was an intervention into the district roads. Then when Professor Mills came, between Professor Mills and John Dramani Mahama, he had almost close to 280 something equipment. And they were put in the pool, regional pool. So that at the regional level, the district assemblies are requests for this equipment to take care of their rural roads. So that is when we actually started. I was deputy minister for local government then. So we couldn't really finish the outdooring of the district roads improvement program at that time when the MPP came to power in 2017. You remember, Moro, the equipment, the same equipment was what engineers and planners used to dredge the Odo when we had the June 3rd disaster. Yeah, it was the same equipment. So that was the beginning. So the intervention of Akufo-Addo's regime was an improvement over what John Dramani Mahama and John Evans Atta Mills started in 2014. But you see, what makes all this argument, I think it's not necessary in the first place, because this particular intervention, yes, the idea was sold to us in Parliament by the committee, the local government committee, because we were finding the most appropriate way to get our money that was in arrears. 6.2 billion was in arrears. And under the domestic debt exchange program, we saw that there was not going to be any way we could get those monies. So how do we get those monies became a problem. And at that time, all MPs were crying about their roads. So we had a discussion with Natoshi, and let me be frank with you, Natoshi was an excellent common fund administrator. Because she's been a member of parliament before, it was easy for her to appreciate the problems that were put on the table by MPs. She saw it as a good program. So immediately she put a paper together and went to cabinet and got approval. So yes, I will give credit to the government. That even when we proposed, the government didn't see it as frivolous. Saw it as an important thing. And if you look at the paper Natoshi prepared, it made reference to in the intervention of Kufuor's time, of Atta Mills and John Mahama's time. So she built on what had been done before. And I think that was what impressed cabinet, and cabinet approved. So I think it is Ghanaians that have sought to address this perennial problem of rural roads.
That's fine.
In a way, through our politicians.
Okay.
So this argument of this government brought it, this government brought it, does not really come into play because all governments have contributed to it.
Okay.
And a decision has been taken this time. My this thing is that, like Paul said, Paul, you see, let me say, the concept which was started was meant that this drip will be fueled by the District Assembly's Common Fund.
Yes. Okay.
Because it's a district program.
All right.
Unfortunately for us, this time, even though the Minister of Finance decided that 80% of the Common Fund should go directly to the assemblies, which is good. But then he gave guidelines as to how that 80% should be spent. And that did not include roads.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, the hospital, the market,
yes,
the 24-hour economy stuff. Yes,
so that do not include roads. So now the difficulty the assemblies are having is where do they get the money to fuel this equipment in order to deliver?
Okay.
So, because some of the assemblies, be frank with you, they don't generate anything called IGF.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Paul, we went to an assembly. The total IGF for a quarter was 4,000 cedis.
4,000?
And 4,000 cannot fuel even one of those equipment.
But do they take any taxes? Are they allowed to take some
taxes? That in the rural area. They only get tolls and this thing. Yes.
That's very small.
Yes.
Very.
Even Doma East, you know, their total for this up to the third quarter this year was 97,486.
That's very significant.
Very significant because they spent close to about 600 and something thousand already to be able to get the 65.2 kilometers of roads in shape.
Yeah.
And to them, it's never happened before. So if we want the roads to be done, I am arguing that, for example, Moro, we award roads to the Federal Roads Department. We award contracts, 500,000, 600,000 to people. If we can give the 500,000, 600,000 to the district assemblies, I'm sure they will be able to maintain more roads than the ones that are awarded on contract.
Okay.
I'm sure they will be able to do better.
Okay.
Because the last quarter of 2024, all the assemblies were giving about 520,000 for the quarter.
Okay.
And some assemblies have used that money judiciously. Others couldn't use it to do anything because they didn't have anything to do. And so they didn't do any work at all.
Okay.
I think that if we can decide as a people to say, look, for every quarter we are giving each assembly about 600, 700,000 to maintain their rural roads.
Okay.
Government will not have any problem with roads when it comes to our districts.
Okay.
The urban roads, yes, we have to look at the urban roads because, for example, if you go to Gas South District or Gas Central, Moro, today it rained and you need to see my place, Botiano.
Yeah.
You know, that is horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
Okay.
But that one, they can only use the equipment to do the reshaping, resealing. But then the urban roads and highways will also come and look at how to put asphalt or bitumen surface on it to be able to make it deserving of a city center like Accra.
Okay. That's fine. So let's get on to our main discussion for the day. In fact, these are what I call tangential issues. I mean, this one wasn't meant to be one of the issues that we tend to talk about
because it's very important.
No, it's extremely important.
Because tomorrow, yesterday, traveling from Cape Coast to Accra.
Yeah.
Even though the contractors are on the road.
Yeah.
Then you can imagine what others go through in the rural areas.
Right.
Just maybe about 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers.
Yeah.
Let me give you, for example.
Okay.
We did a road linking Akwetia to Oda.
Okay.
And then entering Central Region, Fusu.
Okay.
Normal circumstance, if that road is more travel, it will take you 45 minutes.
Okay.
But now you have to come all the way to Winneba Junction.
Wow.
And then turn right, get to Yamuransa or Mankasim, and then use the bypass to Fusu, which will take you about 2 hours.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
So sometimes these routes are very, very important.
Yeah.
Because it cut down on the time that we use for the transportation and for the movement of people, goods and services in the rural areas.
All right. So let's get on with our first topic for the day. And it's about the impasse between the communications minister and DSTV, or MultiChoice Africa, and for that matter, Ghana. So for the first time, a minister decides to stand up to what has generally been described as what you call corporate exploitation, or corporate exploitation or corporate greed. You know, that's on the part of MultiChoice. And so Sam George says, look, you're charging too highly for your services, bring it down or reduce it.
Sam George didn't say, Ghanaians said.
Well, so he spearheaded it, you know, yes. Of course, on behalf of Ghanaians, absolutely. Yes. You're spot on that. And MultiChoice says, no, we don't think so. We disagree. Sam George says, okay, bring data, let me know what the price build-up is like. It took them a bit of a while, and so they were surcharged for that. We don't even know whether they've paid. So after the surcharge, the minister invited them over for a meeting. And after the meeting, they all agreed that, look, we need to, set up a stakeholder committee to look into our concerns and then your concerns, and then come up with what we believe are appropriate recommendations going forward. And so that happened. And so Monday, the minister held a news conference and said there's been a major breakthrough. And that major breakthrough was that we're going to get increased, what we call value offer. Now, what does that mean? And was that what the minister promised? That's been the conversation in the minds of many, and that's what has triggered, that controversy which has been raging until today. So it appears that there's mixed reactions. Some are happy, some are saying that, look, it's a deception, it's a red herring. Sam George has been deceived. He's become the PRO for MultiChoice Ghana. All kinds of things that people are saying.
People even calling for his resignation.
Yes. In fact, it's in today's Daily Guide. I'll read that. But before I do that, let me take this short break. It's just a minute. When we return, I'll read the Daily Guide story, and then we'll get on with the Sam George matter. Stay with us.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Edi asema menya oden o tiantie mu amanfo ada wo hye me boso obeto phone na mame me phone na say dada menya oden
the most surprised man
surprise ben
surprise
hey Kofi papa e phone o iPhone 13 nanya ne
ende me fankofo bi mienu o amuko circle ene ba ko ne ka chena dan for hour ono ode ni Ghana card ekọ EBA phone so a otua 40% pen ede ni phone man no a da aka no betua ne kakra Timothy ya me drop na me so me call ho ɛna mekwanya wo phone de brɛ wo no.
Oh, Kofi papa me da say. I mean sure.
Wo EBA phones hadie, yeton iPhones ne ho akade nyina. Ye sanso de ma wholesale. So ye dealer na se opedudu atua. Anase afi na wo share iPhone business na se a. Braya se ye, hwehwe ye chira kwan e wo Accra Circle Mall. Any Tiptoe Lane, modern photos in chain. American Monso, ye ni Odor Rice ene di nhwenim. Kumase ye wedum ejekuma brunsan nim. Obetumi so hu ye e wo www.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Promo. Your most preferred estate partner is given a massive 20% discount on land sale. Yes, for our Founders Day promo, Estate Masters is offering this special discount for outright purchases up till the end of September 2025. This cuts across all our available sites, and upon purchase, you get to enjoy a free indenture and free site plan. Our site visits are also free, so rush now and secure a plot of land while this offer lasts. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
Wabedum tamaso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozege. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I tell me. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready. Hey, baby wom. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, well, uncle, where would the dad? Why your funeral? At your phone for Aerofield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
No mum share nanda danya was mosquito call is to do a munumu. Na say spray with them musa. Chaisima a dronum ansana ko dynamo.
And Kratoi FDA Ajatum.
That will bring down the government of the NDC. Galamsey is one. We'll discuss
it. To Galamsey, yeah.
The other one is the aura. And the third and most critical one is the arrogance of power being exhibited by some appointees of this government. They feel that because you are a minister or you are holding a position, you know it all. You must force it down the throat of Ghanaians. As if the rest of us, we don't have anything in our heads. Excuse me to say. Look, I watched the program you referenced with Evans. Yeah. I just shrugged myself and said, no, politics is not good for this country. And I want to go on the tangent of Capito. MPP NDC, let's stay off this matter. Don't use it as a political spin. We are talking about the good people of this country and what they deserve. And what some judge failed to disclose to the good people of this country is that there were diplomatic discussions behind the scene because Colonel France was coming to take over from MultiChoice. Did he disclose that to the good people of this country? So to me, is three things. The spin, there are three key things that will bring down the government of the NDC.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm here with Paul Adomotri, who's the host of Good Evening Ghana, seasoned journalist, and also former chair of the Ghana Airports Company Limited. Also here with Edwin Ni Lante Vanderpoel, former Ododo Duo MP, and also the national coordinator for DRIP, a stalwart of the NDC. He's here with us this morning. So Paul, let me pick your thoughts on this St. George matter. I've watched one thing in one of your episodes. You suggested a few things in terms of reprioritizing and refocusing in terms of what the job or what his mandate is as a communications minister. But generally speaking, what do you make of this impasse between DSTV and the communications minister before you even get to what you think the communications minister should be focusing more on?
I think that DSTV were wrong in the end, but St. George led himself.
Let me beg you.
Yeah.
Let me read the story. You know, this program is more newspaper driven. So let me just read the minorities' take on this matter, and you can come in. Now, Enes Kofi Edu from Parliament is reporting that the minority in Parliament has launched a blistering attack on the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam Nate George, accusing him of populism, deception, and gross incompetence in his handling of the dispute with pay TV operator MultiChoice, owners of DSTV. At a press conference in Parliament yesterday, the deputy ranking member of the Parliamentary Committee on Communications and Information, Charles Esiakun Oredu, said the minister the minister's conduct has embarrassed the country, undermined regulatory processes, and misled Ghanaians with false claims about a supposed breakthrough in negotiations with MultiChoice. Let's watch that video. It's just a minute, and then Paul will have his take.
Minister's lack of mental rigor in understanding and then conducting negotiations. One, his failure to grasp key issues during meetings and communicate the actual negotiated outcomes to Ghanaians, or a deliberate fabrication of what he has or what he was never able to broker is evident. Firstly, MultiChoice publicly challenged him for inaccurately claiming that there had been an agreed reduction in prices. They issued a press release denying this assertion. Just yesterday, MultiChoice released a new statement clarifying that breakthrough the minister announced during his press conference as a result of his effective negotiations. In fact, they said what they were giving Ghanaians were merely promotional offers. This clearly aligns with what we stated in one of our earlier press statements. It is also demonstrated that the minister lacks the temperament and emotional intelligence for such a critical role. He has demonstrated this same trait on numerous public utterances, insults to citizens and industry players during the process. By adopting an arbitrary decision-making posture, the minister is also denying regulators, such as the NCA, the opportunity to perform their work according to law, which clearly threatens the growth of this sensitive industry. His actions also signal a breach of the President's Code of Conduct that requires candor and respect to all persons. Fellow Ghanaians, for this display of ineptitude, incompetence, and penchant for deceit, we of the minority demand that, one, the minister render an unqualified apology to Ghanaians for the waste of the nation's time and resources on this venture. Two, we call on him to account for the fines levied on DSTV. And three, we deem him unfit to continue as the minister for this strategic ministry of communication, digital technology, and innovation, and therefore call on him to resign, or for His Excellency the President to fire him. It's the minister who led us on in this whole business. Ghanaians started, I complained, a lot of you, the subscribers, we started complaining that DSTV, you know, the charges are too much and that they need to do something about it. Normally, it's consumers, because this is a private company. So consumers, yesterday I was in one of the, I went to one of the TV stations, and then Kofi Kapito, you know him, consumer protection, If a CSO like Consumer Protection had championed this, with Ghanaians, supporting this venture, at least 2 things can happen. For the private business, there's no way that business will make a loss. That's why at the end of the day, he didn't reduce it. But we can push government to at least reduce the tax component. Reduce the tax component. But then he led us on. We were prompting him that, Mr. Minister, what you are doing, you come back to ground zero. He said, no. If they don't do it, they'll exit. To the extent.
So that's the minorities presser yesterday, and it was addressed by the Deputy Ranking Member of Parliamentary Committee on Communications and Information. That's Charles Osuako-Redu. I think he's also a former Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister, I believe so. Initially was in South Africa as a High Commissioner. Yes, please go ahead, Paul. What do you make of this?
Well, I'd like to look at this around 2 or 3 legs. One of them from my background as a former board member of the NCA.
Right.
And I'll get to that soon. I think what really happened was that the minister was probably entrapped by what I call the demands of modern day politics, which is to rapidly and quickly establish something you have done. The government of President Mahama has had all the macro indicators looking very good, but it appears that in terms of translating into people's lives, it's still a difficulty in breaching that gap. The Galamsey issue has become topical and very concerning. Mr. Sam George himself is in the center of the Galamsey conversation because he's one of those cited and often quoted by the opposition now about what he said about Galamsey. Not to talk of the LGBT situation. I guess that privately in his mind as a politician, he's under a lot of pressure to deliver something because his LGBT, he doesn't even talk about it anymore. The Galamsey, the things he said, he was just recently forced to say something on Galamsey, and he says that President Mahama has been in office for just 9 months and people should give him some time. But this is the same minister who said within 1 week, President Akufo-Addo should be able to resolve Galamsey upon the declaration of a state of emergency. So if you put all that together, it will seem as if the young man minister is under tremendous pressure to deliver something. But did he choose the right thing is the question. We have now come into multi-party politics and also liberal democracy with its attendant free market economy. Free market economy does not mean that government cannot intervene. Government can always intervene. And when I was on the NCA board, government made some interventions, some of which I'll talk about. But you have to choose what you are intervening on. Lifestyles have changed dramatically over the years. In the past, government is required to intervene on things that appears to Ghanaians as a necessity of sorts. Something that is very necessary for the lives of the people of Ghana. Government must always intervene in how much it costs. So if you look at education, for instance, it used to be free. When government was introducing tuition in tertiary education, they started with residential user fees. And government continued to pay for tuition fees because the tuition for the undergraduate was looked at as almost a necessity for the person. Where he will lodge and board, he can choose. But his tuition, government must always take care of it. So even before free SHS came, government was taking care of the tuition. Free SHS came to do the rest. In Akufo-Addo's own imagination and vision, he considered boarding and lodging as part of the Ghanaian child's rights. And even for those day students, he will create a dining hall for them that they must be fed. So that was his own vision. But fundamentally, tuition is taken care of by government. So if you come into if you remember when the mobile phone first came, about maybe 10 years after, there was concerns that when you run out of credit, you can't make a call. So the mobile phone companies were directed by many governments all over the world, including Ghana, that issue a short code for fire service. So that if I want to call fire service, I don't have to pay. If I don't have credit, I can still call fire service. Some of the telcos were encouraged to go beyond that and to include, when my credit is finished, I should be able to make one more call. When I buy credit, you can take it out because maybe I'm very hot, I need to talk to one person. All of these things were considered second-generation rights of people. So the negotiations between business, government, and the rights of people sorted it out. DSTV and its supply of channels can critically not be put in the context of a necessity for people so that a very strong direct government intervention, as Sam George did, would lie. It wouldn't lie. The point is consumer people can complain about the prices and negotiations can be done, but it's not something that government can force its way through because you can't consider it as a right of people. That's why we made the point to Sam George earlier that the first thing you should be asking DSTV is that why is it that if your channel ran out, you cannot watch UTV, you cannot watch Metro TV, you cannot watch TV3? Why? Because the Ghanaian has paid subscription, 300 cedis. And that's how many Ghanaians, and people don't believe that, but it's true. Because the old analog system is not in place because of the transition to DTT. The analog system doesn't work. So majority of urban dwellers watch local channels through DSTV. On Saturday evening, people are watching the UTV program massively. This morning, people are watching Good Morning Ghana. TV3, people are watching. DSTV knows that people are watching them through the local channel. That is why when your subscription runs out, they terminate the local channel. Now, they don't pay the local channels any money for that. They take content from CNN and give it to us and pay CNN. But they take content from TV3 and give it to us. They don't pay TV3. So I was telling the minister at the conference that this is your first point of negotiation. That why are you taking local channels and then when subscription runs out, you cut it? You have almost become a platform because analog is gone. Until DTT fully comes, you are the platform that people are watching. Ghana has issued you a license and has given you a business. This is something very little to do. To carry our local channels whilst we are in transition is something you must do. You cannot terminate the Ghanaians TV3, UTV, Metro TV, and TV3 because the subscription is passed. Do you know what they do? They leave GTV for you because they know that not many people are subscribing through GTV. They know that if they allow you to watch UTV, some people may not renew their subscriptions, especially when the Premier League is over. So this is something the minister can negotiate. No, but he goes on to say, let me negotiate DSTV pricing. It's always going to be very difficult to insist as a government on a person who is doing business, a person through whose platform you take taxes. That's the critical part. Because you are a government, you want to tax your people. You tax them through different kinds. There's direct and indirect taxation. These people are sort of working with government resources. The platform that DSTV has, a government resource. NCA gave it to them. So you tell them, okay, I want to take some taxes off you. They said, no problem. We will put our taxes to the Ghanaian. We will collect the taxes for you. This is the relationship you have with DSTV. They are selling a prime product. They are selling a product that's almost a luxury product. It's not a necessity. It's not water that's going to give anybody life. It gives people entertainment and fun. It's still part of life. But it is a certain category of rights, maybe 4th, 5th, 7th generation of rights. And then you're asking them to take taxes for you. So they come to you and they say, my bill to your Ghanaian people is 10 cedis. Say, okay, on 10 cedis, add 2 cedis for this. On this, add this for that. On that, add that for that. You complete and the Ghanaian is going to pay 21 cedis. He collects 21 cedis from the Ghanaian, takes his 10 cedis and gives you the rest through a system that maybe he's funding. You can't have that relationship with them and then for the product they are selling and go to them and hope that you will force them to push prices down. If you ask them to put prices down, the first thing they will tell you is that, Oga, me, I'm doing 10 cedis. You say you want some taxes from your people. So if you like, take the taxes off. Me, I'm doing 10 cedis. In fact, I'm doing less than the price that you want me to do if your taxes are not there. So he was never going to win that conversation. I'm not sure why he went into that, but that's what I'm saying, it's political pressure. Why I fault DSTV is that after all this, well, DSTV sort of signaled him that, Chief, this is not going anywhere. They sort of signaled right from the beginning that we are not going to, they said that we are not going to change our prices. They said that clearly. And then it brought the fracas, and then we heard that the South African ambassador is coming to Ghana and all kinds of things. We didn't even understand why. When did this come to that? I mean, I don't know what role the foreign minister played in it, but it will appear that everybody was on target to try and get the Ghanaian people to reduce the TV something. So when he fell into the trap of taking the credit for something that was not as significant as he thought, that's where the problem came. So you go for a meeting with these people, DSTV people, then you announce on your social media page that at 3 o'clock you have an announcement. The minister himself of communication, it was very disheartening, the minister. He hosts a press conference and says, Compact Plus, you will pay 300. How he even knows the thing is quite impressive, I have to say. Because I didn't know there's Paddy and all those things. Paddy, you pay this. This, you pay that. Why I force DSTV, why I think that perhaps the chief of staff must have a meeting with all of these multinational agencies who work in Ghana, it's very, very important, is that DSTV saw the minister make this announcement. Maybe they even knew he was going to make this announcement. An hour or so after he's made the announcement, or the next day, you come and issue a document No reference is made to the minister's announcement. Absolutely no reference is made. And then you say it's a promotion. That, you can't do that in Ghana.
Right, show us that. I think yesterday we showed it on our screen.
We shouldn't allow...
Right, show us that communique.
The DSTV one, yes.
DSTV.
We shouldn't allow a multinational to denigrate our government in that manner. You knew that the minister was going to make a statement. Yes, the minister has fallen into a trap of all those things. Yeah, that's fine. But you are a multinational. The minister is your boss. You go and he makes a statement about pricing. Then you come and say that, oh, the pricing that the minister made is our promotion. Without any reference. You don't say that, yeah, we are DSTV. Subsequent to the minister's announcement, please find attached something. They make absolutely no reference to the minister's announcement. And then it creates a whole lot of issues. And then the minister is so embarrassed. The government is embarrassed. Ghanaians are embarrassed. Globally on social media, they are laughing at Ghanaians. Oh, look, you people, your thing didn't work. And then you come back and say, oh, well, it's no longer a promotion. It's a 3-month review. There's more push from the minister, I guess. Then you come and say, oh, it's not quite a 3-month review. It is this and that and that. As we speak today, it's not clear in anybody's mind what is really the status quo of this matter. Can you downgrade? Can you upgrade? Will they review in 3 months? If they review in 3 months, does it have a potential to come down further? Does it have a potential to go up?
So this, this is the communications from MultiChoice, Ghana. Now, if you look at the third point, it says there is no restriction on a subscriber's choice of a bouquet. This offer is available to both existing, returning, and new customers from 1st October 2025. And again, 2, it says, as contained in the said joint media statement regarding the value offering, the committee will reconvene in 3 months to evaluate the impact of this initiative, and this will be a periodic exercise. Number 1. And it says they fully support Sam George. So yes, in this committee,
the last tell us.
That's the most recent.
Yes, yes, but they say the 3 months is still there.
Yeah, the 3 months. Yeah.
When we do a policy reduction, we don't review it in 3 months, so that potentially it can come up.
Absolutely.
Because when you say you are reviewing, it can stay the same, it can go down, it can come up. So nothing has happened. If you look at this communication being the final one, nothing has happened, especially because the same minister, Sam George, had occasion to criticize the multi-TV or the DSTV sometime in March when they brought this similar promotion. This almost the same promotion came up when the conversation started. And Sam George was in a hurry to tell DSTV that, I have seen what you are doing, but this is not what I'm looking for. Eventually, the thing he says I'm not looking for is the thing he accepts 6-7 months down the line.
The difference, however, Paul, is that the difference between the promotion, I know the promotion you're talking about, I think I have it on my
it was there. What's the difference? That is a review in 3 months.
Let me read it out. I'll tell you what, per my observation, what I think the difference is. Now, this one is what you're talking about, and it says that you step up, we show up. Upgrade SC, so it comes with the number, to Compact Plus, and get a boost to Premium. So upgrade to
from Compact to Compact Plus.
And get a boost to Premium.
Well, the same customer from Compact Plus,
yes.
Compact Plus,
so
Premium.
Those are the terms and conditions. If you're on Compact, you have to upgrade to Compact Plus to get Premium. Do you get it? So it's a promotion.
But it's not the
you're
same
on Compact,
thing.
You're on Compact. If you want to access premium services, then go to Compact Plus.
That's the same thing we have.
Oh, no. This one says, stay where you are. Don't upgrade. But we're giving you more.
So you're on Compact Plus.
Yes.
Pay Compact Plus. We are giving you the
more.
what they call Premium.
Yes. So Premium.
And that's going to be reviewed in 3 months.
Well, yes.
But you see, the review in 3 months is what changes the whole thing.
But we don't know the outcome of that review. But I get the point you're making.
That the review has a 30%. So the review is 30, 30, 30.
Yes.
Maybe 35, 32 to make 100.
Exactly.
So there's a 30% chance that the prices will go up. And you see, when they say they are going to review, it's no longer
of the whole thing.
Yes, but if they say they are going to review, it's no longer within the context of policy.
Yes.
When we go for Aluta at the University of Ghana, and we say we don't want residential user fees, and then we fight Kwesi Botwe, and he says that I have reduced the percentage of your SNIT loan from 11% to 7%.
Yes.
He doesn't say that I'm going to review it in 3 months.
Right.
We chant our Aluta slogans at the Ministry of Finance.
Right.
He comes there, makes an announcement that, okay, University of Ghana students, listen, the minister has something to say. He said, well, we cannot do anything about your residential user fees. We are sorry. What we have done for you, though, is that you are paying 11% on your SNIT loan. Now, the minister says that you are going to pay only 7%. Then we ask him, what does it mean? What does it mean? And then if the chief vendor says it is good, we jubilate, and then we go back.
That's a policy decision. This one is not a policy decision. A policy decision that is bringing something down, but it is subject to review in just a matter of 3 months.
Yes, but you see, we don't know what will entail this review.
But that's the same point. We're saying the same thing.
So we are on in the realm.
It shouldn't be up to review, or they should tell us that we will review it to see whether we can bring it down further.
Yes.
That is the only window for the review. But if the review is a normal review, open to all kinds of things, we have been with DSTV in the country for a long time. They do that every now and then.
Right.
Next year there's World Cup. They're going to issue some promotion.
Okay.
So that's really the point. That's the point.
So Paul,
but it is about the minister not having to lead this conversation the way he did.
Right. No,
that is the political mishap
but
that has occurred.
A legitimate question for all of us to ask is that really, what is the objective for the review? What is it supposed to achieve? It's a legitimate question.
But why do you
why do you even need it in the first place?
Yes, that means that the policy, the policy is still subject to DSTV's whims and caprices. That's what is going to happen. When we were at the NCA board, Tigo had, this is the last point I'll make, Tigo had a major problem. They call something most powerful operator or something like that, MVP, they call it something, where a situation occurs where one service provider becomes very dominant.
Yeah.
So you know that with the telephone thing, if I call you from Tigo and you are MTN, and the call is terminating, Tigo pays MTN and vice versa.
Yes.
MTN was a dominant market player, and therefore it was MTN to MTN was a lot, and Tigo to MTN was few. In the end, Tigo must still pay MTN for the calls that were terminated from Tigo to MTN. That was a big issue. The minister, Esla Usu at the time, charged the NCA and asked Joe Anochi and the board chairman of NCA to go into major negotiations with these people. Nobody even heard about it.
Right.
They will come and report to the NCA board about how the meeting was going. The minister will give them direction as to how she wants it to go. The minister will indicate the sentiments of government from cabinet, and this is what government is looking for. Let's try and achieve it. They go and do the negotiation. So perhaps in that context, as on a matter like this, maybe the minister should never have sat himself with DSTV because you have a whole, NCA is one of the most developed state institutions in Ghana. It's a very powerful, well-developed with major skill sets over there. They have major engineers over there. In fact, the chief executive of NCA currently, Director General, Mr. Fianco, he's been there for such a long time. He's a great electrical engineer. He could have led all of these processes, added, as the minority said, the consumer protection people, add also the committee in parliament, let them be a part of it. Let the minister occupy his cabinet ministerial position and wait for these things to come out. The minister shares it with the president, comes back to a committee that has parliament in there, consumer protection and NCA leading, telling the people that because of the rise of the cedi, because of this and this, consider that. And then the minister is at the back. What the minister has done is a complete faux pas. I think he should be understanding that he has taken a wrong step, and he should recover and let's move on.
In a politically charged environment such as ours, if this thing had failed, nobody would call the NCA.
If what had failed?
If this quest to get DSTV multi-choice reduce their prices, if it had failed, they'll come after Sam George. They won't go after NCA.
No, they will come after Sam George in the way he positions it.
Okay.
If he sits above it and include parliamentary committee, for instance, and includes everyone, Ghana will be adequately represented on the table, that nobody can blame him. Because you have a parliamentary subcommittee in there, you have the National Communication Authority, they are not politicians. They are NCA. And then you are the minister, they report to you so that you can deal with cabinet. You can put subtle pressure on DSTV by telling the foreign minister that, look, when you're in Johannesburg, tell the South Africans that they should do this. There's always, politicians always know how to put the subtle pressure. So what he did is a misstep. It's a faux pas. I don't think he should resign. I don't think he should be sacked. But he has to recognize that he's done something terribly wrong, but there's a whole 3 years ahead to recover.
But Sam George himself has been reacting. He's been reacting to the minorities press conference. Now, he put something up on his social media platform. I think this is Facebook or so. And this is what he writes. He says, reading the contents of the press conference number 1576. And then you see the laughing emoji.
These are the things that got him into trouble on Joy FM.
I don't know what that means, but
these are the things that got him into trouble on Joy FM. He is a minister. He's no longer on the campaign platform. He went to Joy FM and even suggested that the host did not understand English, which is major, but it's okay. But he's our minister, so we have to help him. These are the things he shouldn't be doing. He can respond, or he really needs to respond to the press conference, that's fine, but he should be responding to Ghanaians. But I have heard the MPP's press conference. I think that they are wrong, so and so and so. I think what we have been able to achieve is this, that. When Parliament opens, I will go and make a statement on the floor of the House about this matter. But I thank the MPP for their statement, but I think that they are completely wrong. Something like that is what he should be doing.
All right.
Otherwise, he gets into trouble too often.
Yeah. Oh. But
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't want to say that I totally disagree with Paul. So
Right.
maybe I like the last part, the good advice he's given. And as a former minister and a government appointee myself, I think for the advice, Paul, well taken.
Thank you, sir.
But let me say this simple. One, if I were the minister, I would have done the same. Because you see cry from Ghanaians. You see the problem of Ghanaians as far as the pricing of DSTV was concerned. DSTV, in spite of it being a luxury, has become almost part of the life of many middle income and high class population of this country.
Right.
I have been an ardent customer of DSTV for years. I can't remember the last,
Premium?
Premium, yes, I've been. Because of my love for football.
Right.
And also news. Yeah. I get a lot of the news and the discussion. I like, for example, every evening, I watch religiously, I listen to Erin Burnett before I sleep.
Oh, okay.
Every evening.
Right.
It's part of my routine. I watch Erin Burnett before I sleep. Sometimes I even drift into Anderson Cooper 360 before I sleep. So it's important. It's also part of my life now. But we've all been concerned about the price of DSTV. To some extent, I think that they have been too exorbitant and they've plundered us for too long. This is a service. If you consider the fact that it's a service that is supposed to offer entertainment, information to people, then you must know how you look at it.
Okay.
And then two, right from the beginning, Sam Jones' data and research gave us an indication as to the differentials in the pricing of the same service as compared to other countries across Africa.
Okay.
Not only Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, Kenya, South Africa, Rwanda, all these countries, when you put it down to the pricing and the service being offered, Ghana's pricing was too high and too exorbitant.
Okay.
So Sam George was offering opportunity for Ghanaians to have fair value for the service DSTV was rendering.
Right.
I agree to some extent that this is a fight that should have been taken up by our consumer protection agencies. I agree, totally agree with the lamentations of Kofi Kapito, my very good friend. But Paul, you agree with me that we live in a country, in a system where cries and efforts of consumer protection agencies, consumer protection societies have not been effective. Because they cry and talk, and nothing is done by the service providers, and we continue to have very poor service in relation to what...
And to be fair to Kofi Kapito, who's a consumer protection agency, he's the head.
Yeah.
He's been at this...
Yes, he's been talking about this issue
for
for... It's not the only thing. He's been talking about the value of the services that are rendered by the telecoms.
Yeah.
He's talked about this several times.
Yeah.
And so the minister felt that if he, minister, picks up the fight that ordinary Ghanaians have been able to wage and not only successful, but maybe with his portfolio, he will be able to at least convince, induce, or if possibly coerce these service providers to offer and to do what Ghanaians have been asking for a long time. Good intention. You may fault him for the approach, but the intentions were good. So let's put Sam George aside and look at the issue. Looking at it critically, DSTV agrees that, yes, they may be charging more, but they're looking at their cost of production in Ghana vis-a-vis the other countries. So let's ask ourselves, what are the determinants that make their cost of production in Ghana higher than maybe Nigeria? Because between Ghana and Nigeria, I don't see any difference. Possibly you look at your consumer or customer base, and you can say that because of Nigeria's population, their customers are far, far higher than ours, and as such, even if they pay this amount, DSTV could still make profit. But because ours, the number of people who subscribe are not that many, so you have to pay this in order for them to break even. So those factors have to be discussed. You cannot just tell me that your cost of production in Ghana is far higher. That's why you are charging, without telling me the determinants of your cost. What make up the cost? Those things must be clearly spelled out. So that the ordinary Ghanaian will know whether he's paying value, he's paying enough for the same value or not. Because I've been asking myself, if it's the same cost of production, how come that for the same service, the same bouquet, that a Ghanaian is paying so much? In Nigeria, it is about 10 times lower. And it's encouraging dish piracy. You understand? Because I'm paying for my office, I'm paying compact about 500 and something cedis. And for the same compact, a friend of mine is using a Nigerian dish and is paying 190 cedis.
Really?
Yes.
No,
190 cedis.
In Nigeria?
Yes.
For Compact Plus? Or
yes,
compact?
he's having that dish here in Ghana. And he's paying 190 cedis. And I'm paying almost 590. You understand? So I ask myself, what really is the problem? Paul is talking about taxes. I don't think the taxes are enough to make the price of the same service 3 times what exists and what persists in other West African countries. So there was a problem, and the minister's intervention is important. You may fault the approach he used, but it's very important, and it was necessary and relevant. Now, DSTV, where I see their problem, Moro, is that because of their global nature, if they cave in to the demand of the people of Ghana, and not the demand of St. George only was echoing the voice and the concerns of many Ghanaians. If they cave in, it could lead to other agitations in other countries. Because even today, I've heard that even in Kenya, they're also agitating for a reduction. And the same is the same in Liberia. So what they have to do is, in order to avoid a situation whereby they will say, oh, okay, we've accepted we are reducing prices. Let's find a very good way of still reducing the prices, but not coming out clearly that we are reducing prices. And that's exactly what they have done. Because, seriously speaking, if you were a compact subscriber, and today you are getting the value of a compact plus, it means you are not paying more for compact plus. You get me? So I sit here and I don't understand what my brothers, the minority, were talking about. Because the issue is that, to some extent, St. George has achieved something for all of us. Because I sit down now, just yesterday, my wife was saying, I'm going to call DSTV now and tell them I will not pay almost 900 cedis for the premium. I'm going to step down. Because if I could get all the things I'm getting at premium, if I could pay compact plus and get all the things that I will get, all the sort of channels that I will get for premium, then why should I pay for premium? And she's not interested in the promotion. You know, premium customers, they say because you cannot go higher. What you have to enter into a sort of lottery, and when you win, you go and watch a Premier League
for
match.
Premium subscribers.
For premium. She's not interested in the premium. She's not interested in that lottery. So she wants to step down to compact plus. But still enjoy
premium.
So you understand? So in that stance, there has been some gain. Because I will be saving myself close to almost about 200 cedis.
Honorable, hold on. Maybe you might get disappointed. It will give you the channels, but does it give you everything you
Yes.
were talking about?
Yes, right now you
does
get
it give you
everything.
catch up?
Yes.
Maybe not. You should check.
No. As for catch up, it's a different thing altogether.
But catch up is part of the premium package.
Yes.
But it's not a channel. It's just a system.
Yes, it's a system.
So I don't think
so
you get those
even
systems.
catch up, even when I'm on premium and I don't subscribe to catch up, I won't get it.
Yes. So if you're on full premium booking, you get the catch up.
No, it's there, so you can articulate it.
Yes, you can use it.
But then the rest
But
of
now, if they give you you pay compact, you might not get you might not get a catch up, you might not get rewind, you might not get double at the same time.
No, we don't know, Paul.
No, you should check.
Yes,
catch up. I think it's certainly not on it because I asked somebody to check.
So
and that's what I want because
you want to catch up.
Yeah, there are 10 Premier League games. I want to watch Manchester United. When I have finished, or if I've traveled to somewhere during the weekend that I didn't get DSTV, on Monday nights I can sit down for an hour and watch 15 minutes of all the games.
Do you know somebody who has been upgraded, a compact plus person?
Something like that, but we should check.
Who says they're not getting these
like
extra?
Yes, like the African qualifiers for the World Cup.
Yes.
I always get it. I watch the Ghana one.
Yes.
And then I find out that, I can watch Egypt and this and that.
Oh yeah, because you can because
and it's not part of the
Africa.
You should check.
We have Africa football.
Football, yes.
Four different channels, so you can watch the other games on.
And all of it pours out on catch up. Formula One, if I'm not able to watch it, it's on catch up. And it's an edited version. Yes, please check with DSTV. Nyama Dagadu, ask him whether if you're on premium now and you downgrade so that you pay less but you are hoping to get all the channels. Are you still getting all those excesses? Let's see whether it is a positive.
So Brad, let's try and work out because these are very, very
But the
critical
basic
questions.
fact is that you've had some reduction.
Yes.
We've gained something.
Okay.
My interest is even those on the lower subscription list who are going to now get they are going to even get more.
Yeah.
Because if I was on Paddy, and now I could get opportunity to watch at least 2-3 Premier League matches, it's great gain for the ordinary person who could not afford to pay maybe 150 cedis, but could pay only 59 cedis. So it is important for us to understand that Sam George has achieved something for us. No matter how we look at it, he has been able to get DSTV to give us a fair value of what we are paying for.
Okay.
2, I also want to say this. You see, there is a need for the review. After 3 months. Paul, there's a need for the review. DSTV will have to look at whether this let me say, compromise that we've got into has increased their market value.
But
their business entity.
I want us to be a bit cautious and careful about this. We don't know.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that you're guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
So I
so
sit here with my knowledge in marketing.
Right.
You understand? I say that for every marketing strategy you adopt, there's a need for a review. Whether you still maintain your market share, whether you still have market value, or whether there has been profitability in the decision you have taken. So your review of these factors could say, this thing that we did, after all, didn't affect us so much.
Okay.
It has rather given us more share of the market. So why don't we even step it down further?
Okay.
Then they know that there are so many people out there who hitherto will have wished to get their service. But they were constrained by the value of that service. So now that they've stepped down the cost of the service, many more people are coming in.
Right.
Look, if I was buying a particular KK for 3 cedis, and one day I go there and it said, for the same 3 cedis, this time I will give you fish. It means that I've gained.
Yeah, but who says I want to eat fish?
So if you don't want fish,
maybe I just want my cake.
So that is your problem.
Yes.
So for example,
what I actually want is to reduce the price of the cake.
No, listen.
Fish. I haven't told you I want fish.
Okay, so
and can I reduce more the size of the cake?
Yeah.
The price of the price.
But then when you go, he has not reduced the price.
Yes.
But he has increased the size
of the kinky.
Of the kinky.
Yeah, maybe that one I'll take. No, that one I'll take.
You understand?
I
just want us to understand that if you look at all angles, yes.
Okay.
We may not be happy with the way as a minister he was at the forefront of this, and maybe the regulators and the rest should have been the ones championing. Yes, but then some just saw something that, look, over the years, consumer protection and agitations for this by customers have not worked.
Could he have done it through other channels without necessarily coming out to say, I'm the one champion?
You see, there are always thousands of channels that anyone could use to achieve an objective. But the one that will seem convenient for the person is what the person will use. Okay. You may have your own, let me say, idea as to what channel and what sort of form or strategy you will use. I will want to use a frontal strategy. You want to use diplomacy. Somebody want to use a second person. Somebody want to use a third person. So it's different. It's what the final thing is. How do I achieve the objective?
What do you make of those who say he shouldn't have been the person to have made the announcement? It should have come from the NCA.
Well, I will agree with them, because one thing I've always said is that sometimes when we are in political office or public office, in as much as possible, we should be able to insulate ourselves from direct confrontation and direct controversy. That I will agree.
Okay.
Yeah, but you see, when you are in a system where people have made efforts and those efforts have not yielded the desired result, you are tempted to add a bit more frontal attack to the issue than before.
Okay.
So many, over the years, we've all complained about DSTV. Okay. Who has dared to stand up and so if some judge has done that for me, sitting here, I clap for him. I said he has been able to do what many have not been able to do in the past.
So you're saying that as a consumer, it doesn't matter who has achieved this?
Yes. To me, most important thing is that, yes, I'm paying less.
Okay.
I'm getting value for my money.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the method which was used.
Okay.
At the end of it all, you see, I'm happy Paul mentioned something that we should get Chief of Staff, for example, to talk to multinationals and such institutions about how they also react to government officials' posture.
Okay.
It's another intervention.
Right.
It's another intervention. You see, if you look at this, what says that if a Chief of Staff had been the one who had called them to talk to them, wouldn't they have gone out to issue a statement just like that in the same way?
Okay.
You see, sometimes some of these multinationals think that they are lords.
Okay.
You understand? And they could go against it. Just go back and see what is happening in America. To the extent that it has to take the American Senate, you understand, to call TikTok and say, we will not allow you to have this environment anymore.
Okay.
It took one person to complain about TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's always the case that someone will definitely pick up the fight of the ordinary Ghanaian, of the many people who cannot speak, and fight for them.
Okay.
And so I think that we should rather commend Sam George for this fight than vilify him the way we are going.
We're working the lines to get through to Nyamada Gadu.
Do you have the Herald today?
Yes, I do.
Have you seen the story?
Which one is it? What,
on
DSTV? No, it's not DSTV. Why NPP and Jubilee House rejected Musa Dankwa's money-driven pool?
Yes, I've seen it. Why, you have a problem with it?
I'm surprised. When we get there, because I was talking about Musa Dankwa's conversation with Ben Malone on TV last night.
Yes.
You know, Ben Doche Malone was unhappy with Musa Dankwa's post.
Yeah, he's asked him to stop it.
And Musa Dankwa responded very strongly, and he actually said that the MPP didn't do that. And that then some of the MPP social media people were quoting it. And, you know, these days they have something they call, it's a home fight.
Yes.
Which concern Musa.
But Doche Malone, is he NDC?
No, Doche Malone's point was that it is too early in the government to be polling
on who is leading and who is
leading and who is not leading. So Musa Dankwa brought a poll in America. And Doche Malone said that in America, where is the home of polls, they don't do that. So Musa Dankwa pulled something and said they do that. They are already polling who is coming after Trump.
And
but the Herald thing is interesting.
It makes me a bit uncomfortable at the time because of the timing. It makes me uncomfortable.
But Musa is doing his work. I don't know why people want to tell me for him when.
And that's what he's saying, that you can't tell him what to do.
And he said something very important that, look, as far as the NDC is concerned, John Mahama is phasing up.
Right.
So it's going to be a whole new architecture.
Yeah, it always happens.
So a new architecture, there's nothing wrong with posturing the people who possibly could be at the forefront and see the acceptability.
Yes.
So he doesn't see anything wrong. And to me, it convinced me. Earlier on, I was a bit...
but it's the outcomes that he's giving that is concerning people.
And
people are hiding behind the concern of the outcomes to suggest that he shouldn't do it at all. But Paul, this consistent Haruna Idrisu is leading. He's making people very uncomfortable.
Why? Why, Paul?
Because, you know...
But it's not him. So it's the people he polls.
You know, as for the issue about the contest,
yes,
it's one of the down points of democracy, but we need it for democracy to be sustained.
The MPP one, the outcomes of the polls on MPP
yes,
it's worrying a lot of people.
That's what I'm coming to. When the president, who is doing a last term, takes the oath, that is the end of the matter.
Yes.
Once he's taking the oath, the contest has started.
Yes.
So the contest started at Independence Square.
Yes.
In 2005.
That's the reality.
In 2005, I was in Parliament when Kufuor had been sworn in. And I think there was a state dinner that they always do that.
After the State of the Nation.
At the forecourt of the State House, that side near Parliament. So this was 2005, January 7th, same day.
Yeah.
Then Akufo-Addo walks in. This is the same day that Kufuor was sworn in.
Okay.
Akufo-Addo walks in and Victor Newman and co are cheering him. They ain't coming. It's your time.
The very day Kufuor was sworn in.
That's the same day. Akufo-Addo was hiding from the cameras. He was so embarrassed. Wow. As soon as they had organized it. And people who supported Kufuor were very upset. The state officials who were running the show at the castle, they were very upset. What is this? The same day. You see, because...
I mean, he can't wait.
Nobody can wait.
No, it's not. It's
part of the... If you wait, you lose. You lose. If you wait, you lose.
It's all political strategy.
So that's what's
the agenda.
Today.
So that's what is happening now. When Akufo-Addo was sworn in 2021, as soon as he was sworn in, people told Alan, and I know, that don't accept ministerial position. If you do that, they set a trap for you. This is your time. Announce that, thank you very much, Mr. President, for the first term. I don't want to be in. I'm hitting the road. It was a topsy-turvy for the Alan people to look at. They were looking at it. But then he submitted himself to the vetting to continue another Ministry of Trade. There were some strong Alan supporters that said that if you do this, you are done. Because they are going to create Muhammadu Bawumia, and he's brilliant. And Ghanaians like him. If you don't cut your path right now, you go into it, you're out.
Were they right or wrong?
Well, posterity will judge. I don't know. So if the polls had come out then, Musa Nankwa did polls then in 2021, and said that in the MPP race, some other person, you know, some other minister, who can I even talk about? Some Osafo Mafo or somebody. Osafo Mafo is too old.
Boache
Ejako. He had exited minister though, but assuming he was a minister.
Yes.
Boache Ejako hasn't said that he's running, but consistently you say Boache Ejako is leading.
Yes.
It's discomforting, and it is this discomfort that is making people attack him.
To who?
To those who support Asiedu Nketia. You are saying that Haruna, every day you bring post, Haruna Idrisu is leading. Haruna Idrisu hasn't said he wants to do anything.
Paul.
Consistently, you say Haruna Idrisu is leading. Why? That's why the Herald is going after him like that.
What is the guy polling? Musa Dankwa is asking Ghanaians, not NDC.
Nobody has asked him to ask any Ghanaian.
He's asking
Ghanaian people.
Who would you prefer to take over after John Mahama is done with his tenure?
He's asking NDC people.
No,
it's an NDC
no. It's a Ghanaian thing. It's not NDC matter.
You have to check that.
It's a Ghanaian thing.
Okay, so Ghanaians.
It says Ghanaians would wish.
Who are neither NDC. And consistently, the Ghanaians look at the NDC situation
as an heir to the throne.
And they say Haruna Idrisu.
Yes.
Are you sure it's all Ghanaians?
No,
there was one poll that he did that I had a difficulty with. I had a small problem with.
Right.
He polled among MPP people who does NDC like.
Yes.
And then among NDC people who does MPP like. Yes. I don't understand that poll.
And then the MPP people say they want Asiedu Nketia.
Yes, I'm MPP.
MPP say they want
I want to defeat NDC.
Yes.
It is true that in politics, there's always a small morality among politicians. I've worked with them, I know. So when a politician says that, oh, I think Alan Kyerematen will be a better president, he may be NDC, but sometimes that's genuine. He knows that if this guy is president of Ghana, we think that it will be good.
Yeah.
I will still campaign against him, but I like the way he is.
Yes.
So people should not discount that too much to mean that is a candidate we can beat.
Right.
That's people are looking at it like that. No, there's a bit of morality among politicians when you ask them. So that's where the respect comes. You see, there are MPP people who respect some NDC people. Neil Nante van der Poel here is respected by many MPP people.
Right.
There are some NDC people that MPP people don't respect.
True.
And vice versa.
Fact.
So that comes across. There are many NDC people today who would not mind in the way future to see Afenyo Markin as president. They won't mind.
The challenge is that
you
can't tell whether the person's preference is born out of a genuine.
I agree with you on
genuine
that.
intention,
or
the person is playing mischief.
Yes.
So at this point, we'll take a break. We'll take a break. We'll take a break because you can't enter into people's minds.
But please read the Herald. Let's understand this money thing. They are talking about some money issue.
You seem to like the Herald story.
Dokosi is my man. Dokosi is my man.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, we would look at. We'll focus a bit on education, because I have my. Anyway, so let's take this break. We'll be right back.
I have seen the attempt by the South African management to say that when you buy a package, they should upgrade you to the next one. We are grateful, but that's not what we want. We want a price reduction.
A few moments later.
Said, if you pay Compact 380 Ghana cedis, you get to watch Compact Plus content, which is valued at 570 cedis, which means you get 12 more channels. Those 12 more channels are what were the difference between Compact and Compact Plus, saving you 33% in value, 190 Ghana cedi.
Yes.
If you choose, and then I went on and said, if you choose to pay Compact Plus, 570.
No, read exactly what you said, Some George.
For I'm reading. If you choose to pay Compact Plus at 570, you will get to watch premium subscription with 18 more channels valued at 865. So the question here is this. That's why I asked you, and that's Evans.
Again, from what you said,
Evans, I don't want to. No, wait.
You read what you said.
But let me land, Evans. I don't want to assume that you are being a merchant of mischief this evening.
No, I'm not.
Good.
I'm not. It's simple for me because I pay, you pay. Yesterday, when my subscriptions expired, if indeed expired yesterday, I would have paid for Compact Plus 570. What you just read. Tomorrow, when I show up to pay, I'll still pay 570. What I get is additional channels. It's the reason why you were careful in your choice of words. Increased value offer and not price reduction, is it not?
The Ghana Education Service will need to do a lot more in comprehension in our basic schools, because if this is your understanding, it's a big source of worry for us as a country.
Various flavors. Ubenya ayako. Ubenya nemchie. Yedigu jollof uma emu yede. Ubenya yedigu nkwan. Yedigu froyemu. Ho na kopebito. Na ema weduane enye de. Unyiminia. Yenkon yenkonko tie nyankofo eka.
Utando ye communication to ni o enjoy oduba. That Samu spices. One in the essence no why. Samu spices in a sabi daddy so say. Samu spices. Mun Samu.
Samu spices. Nyama chicken.
Samu spices. Nsaka in Kitwa, measure 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, can jollof, and the flavors of do bebre.
Samu spices. Yes, Saka.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here,
se mecha sapapa dia to ama me manfo. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients. Eno ene bɔ me se ho ban. E ma ne sren ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach.
Now, Mr. Friendly once now.
Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent. Me didn't sasso spray. Mr. Friendly sasso quell. Yeah, go to my sasso.
Tum preko.
Ama, nansi mi general well-being enko ye kwao. Ama ma ye bohu se kontomra akija.
Nansi me hu se me nyo basi makura. Ama me kunu ni me into kwankwa. Oh you right. Any mo go. Give us GC mixture and any capsules. Aye num boom. And what's some na more kana? A boy and ma and a memina. Ne ma ba ye obesima. Na bear must why ye bear messima. Ya, we be boy who I'm a neck giant sour the shelly bottom. No when you yan and into sessing you or you chop one. GC mixture and then a capsule. Achesa.
A painful battle, one more menu for one and Quadawi if you do me.
Right, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm here with Paul Adomotri. He's a host of Good Evening Ghana and also a seasoned journalist. And Edwin Neil Antivan, former MP for Ododo and now the national coordinator for the DRIP, which is District Road Improvement Program. So, Paul, I know you want us to look at this story, but we don't have all day. I'm sorry. There's the Musa Danquah matter. It's a whole conversation we can have maybe next week because it's not going away.
We're finished talking about. The point is that people are uncomfortable, and I'm just saying that they are uncomfortable because Musa Danquah is not polling their favorite candidate.
Right.
And then they will now come and sort of appreciate some of us and why we're fighting Musa Danquah, because it's not very easy to be watching polls and your favorite candidate is at the fourth place, fifth place, fourth place. I mean, I don't know how he sees it that Haruna Idrisu consistently is leading this thing all the time. Well, on the NPP side, he has Baumia sort of leading all the time.
Right.
But somebody read the demographics to me. One of the Educhum supporters read the demographics to me and said that if you look at the people Musa Danquah is polling, he's polling 55 and above in the NPP contest. And if you are polling 55 and above, then you are missing the main demographics of the voting population, etc., etc. I have not looked at it, but that's a complaint they had. That you should look at those polls very well, etc. But I think I'll encourage him to continue doing it. He should just hope that he doesn't get any major thing wrong. Otherwise, he becomes like my uncle Ben Efson, who did so well in 96, 2000. And once he got something wrong, all the people came after him. He's predicted, for instance, that Muhammadu Bawumia is now on 47%, suggesting that the MPP election is going into a second round.
Right.
If the MPP election comes and somebody wins a first round victory, that's a problem. He's predicted this Haruna Idrisu lead. If he continues the prediction and the event comes up and Julius Debra and Asidun Ketia lock horns at the top and Haruna is way behind, that's a problem. But Haruna himself is introducing a new ticket. That's quite interesting. He's suggesting to us that Professor Jenano Opoku-Agyeman should be part of the process.
Yeah.
And in that case, I have heard that if Jenano Opoku-Agyeman is the number 1, then Idrisu Haruna will be number 2, which is quite an appreciable ticket. You know, if the NDC can put it together. I'm not sure how Ghanaians are going to respond to transitioning a woman from vice president to president in one election cycle. I'm not sure how that's going to be, but it will be a progress in our democratic work to see something like that. It will be interesting to see how that pair compares with whatever pair the MPP are bringing up. So
because as we speak, we're not too clear whether Prof herself is interested or not. We don't
well,
know.
she hasn't said anything.
She hasn't said anything.
But you see, she has a political advisor. The reason why I suspect that she may be interested in her office is a major Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, who is a major former chairman of the party. Is a political advisor to the vice president.
Right.
Ofosu-Ampofo and Asedun Katia had a contest the other day, and Asedun Katia beat him. People even thought that Asedun Katia had betrayed his chairman by contesting his own chairman. So I can understand there may be some political tension over there. Ofosu-Ampofo will be there to establish the the vice president's political backbone. In there also is Alex Segbefia. That's quite a formidable team if you are looking at the NDC situation.
What makes this analysis a little tricky is that we shouldn't also rule out Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo
himself.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see that happening too. But
I want us to. This is the statement you're talking about, even though it is not a main conversation. But I think this is what Paul is talking about. Bright. So this is this. It is my prayer that God will give you long life and good health, so that probably you will be elevated to become the first female president of the Republic of Ghana. He doesn't tell us whether it's 2028 or 2032.
Well, to use the word elevation suggests that it's immediate.
This was
because she's vice president
now. This was her visit to the Ministry of Education. You know, as part of her portfolio, she's responsible for education, gender, and other social ministries.
Right.
So she visited the minister, and the minister expressed his joy in receiving her.
Okay.
And so make this prayer. As a Muslim, it's typical of, such a prayer is typical of a Muslim. You understand?
But he's also a politician.
But I want to look at, I know Haruna Idrisu very well. And I know when he meant something, he means it.
No, but
it's a prayer.
For somebody of Haruna's caliber, once you make a statement like that, you would trigger all kinds of analysis.
Yes, so it's triggering also analysis from people.
If you were somebody else.
People who have interest in those things.
Yes.
But as far as I'm concerned.
Because look at the context. There are people who are lobbying or pushing for Haruna to stand. There are people who want profs to stand, right? Or to contest. And now you, Haruna, your interaction with...
Do you know how many people are pushing me to contest?
No, I was going to talk about you, but it looks like you've taken the wind out of my sails.
So... You would always have people pushing you to contest one position or the other.
Fine.
There are always kingmakers for every position.
Yes.
So it's left with you to critically sit down and analyze yourself to see whether you are ready for what you have been asked to do.
I can assure you, you wouldn't say what Haruna said.
Really? Are you sure?
You wouldn't sit in front of Prof and tell her that you pray that she...
Maybe I would say something more. Because I will always support her.
No, I'm saying, no. The fact that you support it doesn't mean that you don't have any ambition.
If I have an ambition, if I have ambition and I'm convinced that this person, the current vice president...
So you're saying that you are prepared to shelve your ambition?
Why not?
Okay, so is that what Haruna is doing?
Possibly.
No, Haruna is taking the running mate's position. And if I know Haruna
how do you know?
if I know Haruna Idrisu a little bit, Haruna Idrisu rehearsed that. He rehearsed it. He didn't just say it.
No, I know.
He's saying it for effect.
Yes.
He knows the effect it's going to give to all of these conversations. He's saying it for the media.
Okay.
When he was a student leader in those days in Commonwealth, and he's going to go on Talking Points, what he says on Talking Points, which Ghanaians watch, we have heard him say it on campus. And he says exactly the same thing.
After the abundance of the heart proceeded after the mouth.
I agree.
So he's intentional.
So he's very deliberate. He's very
intentional.
So
but you are
whatever the question of Talking Points is, Haruna Idrisu wants to say that the students' mobilization, this has done that.
No, because
he will make sure that he makes the point.
You want to get a feedback.
So he has rehearsed. He has worked with him at the Ministry of Trade, so he also knows him.
I know him.
He has rehearsed and he is the kind of politician who is both NDC and MPP in orientation. Haruna Iddrisu is like Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
He knows what he's dropping here for effect. In 2013, there was small tension about whether he would be a minister in John Mahamed's administration or not. He shot up as a minister from the younger NDC as the only cabinet minister in the Mills administration of his generation. Elvis was a deputy minister at the time. Elvis is his generation. He shot up to become powerful minister of communication. Some people didn't like it. Idris Haruna was aware. In 2013, when Professor John Mahama became president, there was pressure on whether or not Haruna Iddrisu was going to be a minister.
Yes.
Some of the inner circle of John Mahama were not quite comfortable with him. What happened? Riots occurred in his constituency.
And then
he wasn't even in the country.
And he was appointed Labour minister.
He was appointed trade minister.
No, Labour.
Trade first.
No,
it was trade.
It was Labour.
It was Labour.
It was Labour first.
Yes, Labour. Yes, before
yes,
trade.
the Sana was trade.
Yes.
Idris Haruna's constituency, police had to be sent there.
Yes.
He wasn't there.
Yes.
He wasn't in the country.
The issue is
There
at
was
that time,
massive confusion
at
back
that time, if somebody says that Haruna was not sure he was going to be a minister,
yes,
then the person was only speculating. I can tell you. I can tell you.
But how was the route? The route occurred.
No, because it was delayed.
It was delayed.
Yes.
Yes. So it created room for some speculations.
Look, even in my constituency, there was routes.
Yes.
But mine was minimal.
Yes.
But you didn't organize it.
No, I didn't know anything about it. But people were agitating. Why is it that Neil and Tivana has not been given a position? Why is it? You understand?
Yes.
Sometimes those things happen. Look, I remember very well.
So Haruna didn't orchestrate the route.
Even in Laura, it happened when Bid was not given the position. Bid, people felt that what?
Yeah.
For all the contribution and the sacrifice he has
But
made.
it's justified. Once there's a delay, the bid is my friend. Once there's a delay, it can evaporate.
It can trigger those things. I agree.
I see. It isn't all the time that these things are orchestrated.
No.
Well,
because
I can agree with that.
His
But I'm telling you
the direct beneficiaries of who he is.
I'm telling you the kind of person.
Yes.
There was a period in the NDC situation. Haruna Iddrisu managed to run away from J.J. Rawlings for about 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
He's a fox. So a fox politician does not make this statement as Honorable says a prayer. No. Haruna Iddrisu has seen everything going on. He knows about it. He's a seasoned guy. He knows it. He has seen that some people have taken the front line. But he has also seen that he's doing well in the polls. He has seen it. I don't know whether he has a relationship with Mr. Dankwa or not. He, however, what I can credit him for is that he genuinely believes that Professor Gina Noko-Adjumah will make a good president. Otherwise, he will make the statement. He genuinely believes that. He doesn't know whether that will happen or not. So he's throwing it in. Asiedu Keita should receive it as a big contest.
According to Paul, Haruna is positioning himself
for vice president.
Oh, he's already there. He's already there.
You see, Paul's
if NDC has an Akan candidate, and they are looking for a northern candidate for the running mate, I don't think they can go beyond Haruna. Maybe Mahamaya Rega is a great one as well. But
yes,
Haruna
but how does this make the likes of Julius Deborah, the likes of Dr. Ekopoku, the likes of what's the name, Ama Kofi Boah, and all the others who are contesting this position? I mean, they have publicly made it known that they want to go. If the person I am actually targeting or the person I'm actually looking forward to making my running mate is already hoping that somebody else becomes.
But Haruna is a universal running mate. That's what I'm saying.
So he will say the same for Julius.
No, he might not say. He won't say. But any Akan becomes the candidate of the NDC, and you are looking for a northern candidate. You can look at Haruna Iddrisu, Mahamaya Rega. Murtala is gone now. But
you think
really,
we can have two Southerners?
No, that's a conversation that is coming up even within the MPP. They are talking about. But Haruna stands taller than Dr. Nashiru.
No, I'm talking about the conversation out there.
Yes. So, did you say Ama Kofi Boah is also interested in the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, the land minister.
That's what I mean. That's an intel I've picked.
So it's not a two-horse race.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. All this is
speculation. But there are more. There are more coming up.
These are all speculations.
Why?
Oh, you see.
So this is the voters' preference. So he's not talking about NDC delegates.
Okay, voters' preference for NDC leadership. And it's always.
Now you're having at 29%. You have
all the time.
I say the 24. You have Atu 14, 18. Atu thing. I don't know.
Anyway, Atu 14 has beaten Julius Deborah.
Julius Deborah is 10.3. Now Samuel Okudzeto to have Black. That's a bit surprising.
Do you know the problem with this situation?
Yes.
The Julius Deborah candidate.
Oh, Joshua Labi there.
Yeah, Joshua Labi, yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
You like that one?
The only person missing is me.
Yes, because he hasn't indicated. So from today, tell Mr. Dankwa that the Odododio Giants, the giant of Odododio, The one who did more than Neo Kaija Adamafio was able to do more than Okaija. Nobody does more than Okaija.
Count him in.
Yes, so please remember.
Is Amakofiboa there?
Amakofiboa is not there. You know the problem here?
Yeah.
The chief of staff's office and the chairman of the party's office. These are the two offices that will hold the party together in a contest.
Yeah.
The problem the NDC is having, that these are the two people contesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and I think that political parties should look at it and in future say that party chairman and chief of staff cannot contest. Because you see, the chief of staff is the center backbone of the government. He should say this, that if you take Fremont Opare out of Baumia's campaign, I'm not so sure how Baumia would do, because she was a major push. Because the president was for it. So she was a major push for the situation. Assuming that she also wanted to do it. If Kojom Pienin, who was the backbone for Alan Chamartin's agenda in 2007, was also wanted it. And then you must have a party chairman who is balancing the scales. In 2008, MPP people were very unhappy with Nana Oheninto as general secretary of the party and directly showing that he was supporting Alan. It turned Peter McMahon, the chairman of the party, also to support Akufo. And MPP in their subsequent meetings looked at it and said, look, this thing should not happen again. Now you have the chairman of the party who's supposed to stabilize. So he would have called Haruna and said, look, the statement you made about Jenana, we don't like
still
it.
speculating.
Right. What I
Who said Aseligide will contest?
Oh,
how do you know?
You see, we all said O together. No, but how do you know? It's written on the wall. It's so
which wall? Which wall? The Jerusalem wall?
No, it's on the party office wall. I mean, it's beautiful for us democracy watchers to see how the NDC goes through this process. We were always looking forward to see how the MPP will go through a process of Akufo-Addo successfully putting Bawumia on the ticket.
Will be contesting?
Guzi has always been a great candidate. I worked for him in 2000.
Guzitano.
Yes, are you aware he will be contesting?
He may be. He's entitled to.
What about Spio Gabra?
Guzitano.
Oh, Spio has gone. Spio has gone a little bit.
I would be shocked if Guni. Not because he's not competent, but
his age. But if you look at Guzitano,
Guzi is not old.
Guzi has 25 years ago showed Ghanaians his agenda that he wants to be president of Ghana. I mean,
what has happened to your very good friend?
Who are you talking about?
Iwadaku.
Kwame Iwadaku. Yeah, Kwame is there. He's doing very well in agriculture.
I know.
And he's a very strong guy. If the party
is he still interested?
If the party is looking for, I think at this stage, Kwame may be supporting Asedu Nketia. You know what has happened in the NDC is that those who are...
Are you aware that Oko van der Poel will also be contesting?
Oko van der Poel has expressed interest in it.
Not
this one.
That's what I'm saying.
Way back in 2016. Yes. Way back in 2016.
So that's what I'm saying.
Has always wanted
all these things.
No, but they're not going to. You can't beat the chief of staff.
Speculations. You don't know what will happen by next year. Let's finish with MPP primaries, and then we will know who are really interested.
But that's also true. Whoever wins the MPP primaries will give an indication to the NDC of what is going to happen. But I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see from the last quarter of 2026 into 2027 how this decision. Now the President Mahama must also make a decision. When does he permit the contest? Majority of the NDC people want an earlier contest so they can get on with it and run the campaign. The sitting president will never accept it. We've been through it. They will never accept it. So I'm putting a bet. The NDC contest might even take place in January 2028 because the forces around John Mahama, who are John Mahama people and who are exiting with him, they are not going to...
Our constitution says that
when against the party
1 year.
It's 1 year.
It's the same for...
Before.
Yeah.
And then when we are in...
Not more than a year before.
It's 2 years.
Not more than. So it will happen earlier.
Yes.
In the Akufo-Addo contest, there was a move that, look, Mr. President, this Bawumia thing, let's do it in October and something. And there's force around Akufo-Addo said, what are you talking about? The party constitution says this. Why are you going to do it early? And it is they push it to the last hour. And that is usually what creates the problem. Because you have Asedu and Julius running until December 2027. If nobody wins and the contest goes into a second round, then 2 weeks later, maybe it's first week in January, and then you have 8 months to election of a candidate who has been elected 3 years earlier.
Moro, I thought we have another topic.
Yes, we do. There's Godfrey Dame and Richard
You see, because whether we like it or not, things are happening.
No, it's going to be interesting.
And a lot is happening.
And money will be spent.
Money will be spent. You're very good friend, and you're very good friend to Godwin Eduzitamaklo.
Yes. He says something. He wants to run?
No, he hasn't said that.
Okay, all right.
Neil Lante van der Poel for national chairman?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's overdue a little bit. That's a little bit overdue.
But it's a good strategy.
And I can assure you the MPP will be concerned about that.
If Neil Ante becomes
yeah, the issue is that Neil Ante, when he gets into his fighting mode, he's not an easy customer. So, I mean, the MPP will be concerned about Neil Ante chairmanship.
But Godwin Tamaklo wants to know whether you're now a pollster.
Oh, I do a little bit, but it's not professional like Musa Dankwe's own. But I do a little bit. But Godwin Tamaklo is in the camp of the chief of staff. He's supporting chief of staff. He's not supporting
Godwin Tamaklo. How do you know?
Yes.
How do you know?
Is it not Eduji you are talking about?
Yes. He supports chief of staff.
But you
How do you know? He told you.
Okay, so mention one NDC name. I'll show you where he is. Any name. Paul
is speculating.
Oh, no. If you mention anybody, I'll tell you. Tamaklo, them, they are the chief of staff's inner circle. They are the guys. They are running the show against the party chairman. He is disloyal to his own party chairman. Tell him.
We don't know this.
Mustafa Mande is Julius Debra 5,000%. He's not going anywhere.
Mustafa Mande.
Yes, Mustafa Mande.
Deputy,
Julius Debra, big one.
You see, a group of young men led by Titi Katino and the rest. They approached me, and they said that they've examined my past, my loyalty, service as secretary to the party. They want me to consider the idea of becoming the national chairman because of my experience on the field and also at the level of the party in parliament. So if national chairman so decides not to contest for the national chairman again. So I told them point blank that, look, it is something, I decided not to be a member of parliament again for one reason. I want to reduce the stress. And so if they've brought this idea, I want to sit down, do wide consultations, and try and come back with the feedback. But then the truth of the matter is that I will never attempt to contest Asedu Nketia if he's contesting the national chairmanship again. Because he's my senior brother. We went to school the same town, Bechim. I was at Bechim Secondary. He was at St. Joseph Training College. We started the process of the revolution together. Asedu Nketia, I, Abuatinja, Anania J, Kojo Mama, Adam, and all those things in Brongahafo. I was then a young boy among them. So he's somebody that I respect. He's somebody that I like. He's a friend. He's a senior brother. So I wouldn't want to contest him. If today he says he's no more contesting as national chairman and there's opportunity for me to contest, I will consider.
That's interesting.
I will consider. And Eduji and the rest have given me their support. But I will never dream of contesting for any position if Asedu Nketia is contesting. Because it's not because I can't contest him. It's because it's my very good friend.
Yeah.
And we've been like a family. So I don't see why I want to go into. Maybe I have to support him or support who he's supporting.
But the NDC
for the national chairmanship.
Ask Tamaklo. I don't know how.
But
can Asedu Nketia,
as I sit here, even though I'm so close to him, he has never told me, indicated to me that he's contesting for flag bearership. 2.
Then you are in the December list. He's telling people.
You know my relationship with Julius.
Yes.
Me and him, we are like this. We slept on the same bed before. We eat together. We walk. We do walk together. We dance together. I call the wife my wife. He calls my wife my wife. So that's the relationship we have. And during Atamil's time, when I was made the director of operations, he was working as like deputy director of operations in the northern sector. And then Savannah Stamaklo was deputy director of operations in the southern sector. And we worked together. We used to travel all the way to the border, Burkina Faso. We sleep in his car, work together. So when it was at Torres, but when it was at Eastern Region, we worked together. And that relationship is there. So if Julius is contesting an elections, I don't see myself going to contest him. You understand?
And this is very, very difficult for you.
Yes, because so at the end of it all, I'm saying that up to today, none of these people have told me. And you mentioned Aaron Adusu.
Yeah.
I contested Aaron Adusu for a national youth organizer.
Yes.
We became good friends after the contest. The contest was fierce. In Bolga, there was even bloodshed.
No, I was there. I was at, to tell you, I was at where Haruna was hiding.
Thank you.
And Rollins was looking for Haruna.
Yes.
I was in Boga.
Rollins
was looking for Haruna Idrisu. Because Rollins was supporting Ilante Van Der Poel. He didn't want Haruna Idrisu.
Oh, I see.
No, because the Rollins contention at the time is that nobody should encumber 2 positions.
Yes, Haruna was youth and something parliament.
Yes, and he was member of parliament. And so Rollins felt that, look, in order to have more labourers on the field, everybody, if you're a member of parliament, focus. And then somebody be a national executive and all those things. That was his principle. Not that he hated Haruna, but that was his principle. And after that, look, he virtually asked President Mahama to make me his deputy. And we worked together. At trade. Let me be frank with you. I've worked with so many people. My time with Haruna was excellent. You know, many a time you won't have ministers having that sort of relationship where they open up everything to their deputies. A lot of functions they want the deputy to represent and all those things. Haruna, fantastic. Look, he says he doesn't want to travel beyond 6 hours. So any travel outside Europe, the deputy go. There were times when I could return from a trip from China. I will exchange luggage at the airport
and continue.
And go on another trip.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now we got trade.
Yeah.
There were so many exhibitions and things that you have to be there to sell the country, and so it was really a difficult task. Haruna was fantastic. Every document he will let you, the deputy, see before he works on it. And he comes to the office, the first place he enters is his deputy's office before he goes to his office. Oh, hello, deputy, how are you? Oh, please come over, let's discuss 1 or 2. I was in cabinet, and I knew how some deputies were complaining
a lot of them
about their ministers.
A lot.
There was somebody who complained that for the whole 4 years that he was deputy, the only thing that he had been doing is reading newspapers.
I heard that story.
You understand? Yeah. And it is not only the NDC. Under the MPP, it was the same.
The same, yeah.
So all these people are fantastic people. I've worked with all of them. And I can tell you, I've worked with Spio Gabra. He's a great guy.
Okay.
I've worked with Guzitano. Fantastic.
Okay.
You know, so Eric Opoku is one wonderful guy. Okay. His human relations, his knowledge.
You should really be chairman of the party. You should really be chairman and manage the process. But the point I was making is in the NDC legal situation, can Johnson Asiedu Nketia run for the chairmanship, which is next year, and be re-elected, and then also run for the presidential candidate whilst he's still chairman? I'm not sure.
Yeah, in that situation, when he wins the presidential, the first vice chairman will take over as chairman.
So I'm sure that's what Asiedu Nketia will do then, because he has control over the party. He will win the chairmanship. Here is Ilante Van Der Poel saying that he will not contest Asiedu Nketia. So Asiedu Nketia will become chairman. He will retain his chairmanship position next year. He will have control of the party. I'm sure Fifi Kwete will win too. Most of the national executives will win based on the results of 2024. They will all win, especially Fifi Kwete and Asiedu Nketia. So Asiedu will have control of the party. You see, more, are you with me?
Yes, I'm here.
And then he will come to the presidential. He will lead the process. They will form a committee. He probably will get Ilante Van Der Poel to chair the elections committee. And then he will go through.
The party has elections committee.
That's where you're going to have the contest going into a second round. Because Julius Debra is not a pushover at all. It's going to be fierce. And Julius controls the backbone of the government. It's not easy to
Julius
tell.
Told you he's contesting.
Every chief of staff. Oh, Julius, yeah, I think so. He should contest. He hasn't told me, but he should contest. You know, President Mahama, people are going to now gauge where President Mahama stands. It's going to be very difficult for President Mahama, and particularly Felix Kwakye Ofosu, because in that season, every speech President Mahama gives, we will be trying to look into it to see where the support is and where he is going. And often, the leaders cannot hide. It was very easy for people to tell that Akufo was supporting Alanche Martin. It was plain simple for Akufo-Addo, for people to tell that Akufo-Addo was supporting Mahamudu Bawumia. It's very easy. So I can assure you, by middle of 2027, the speeches that President Mahama gives, it will lead us clearly to where he is. And we are beginning to think that he probably will split his loyalty between Eric Opoku, who is very close to Madam Lord, that's the First Lady Lordina Mahama, Her Excellency, because of President Mahama's relationship with Lordina Mahama, which is very, very tight. He cannot look at a Lordina candidate and ignore him. So Eric Opoku is going to be on his mind. But in terms of his working relationship with Julius, and you saw Julius issue a statement recently, I think yesterday. Yes. He said that I carry the vision of Mahama. Yes.
All of us are carrying the vision of Mahama.
No. He said that as chief of staff, he carries the vision of Mahama. So the Mahama people are likely to coalesce around Julius. That is why Godwin Tamaklo is Julius.
Okay, so Godwin has responded.
So he's not Julius.
So are you saying I'm
has issued?
Julius?
No, your experience and broad.
So he has issued a statement. This is not a press statement, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. What did he say?
A reaction to what they said.
Good morning. Please tell Paul to stop the morning mischief.
Yes.
National Chairman General Mosquito permitted my appointment as Director Legal of the party.
Yeah, I know that. But he couldn't do otherwise. The presidential candidate wanted it.
And he says, I am eternally grateful to him. Julius Deborah is like a big brother. I love them all.
I know. I don't think that he doesn't. He loves them all. Okay. But in the situation that it is, I mean, I love Alan Martin to bits. But in the situation that that came about, I had to support Mahamadou Bawumia because the boss says that it is Mahamadou Bawumia. So I love Alan Martin. Right. You know, I still do. Right. But the way the politics works, the boss said that, look, I think that the party must change its image. I think the vice president has presented himself creditably. And what I liked about Akufo-Addo is that he didn't impose Bawumia on individuals. He will lobby you, he will campaign, explain to you why he thinks that this is the way the MPP should go. And he did that with a lot of people and managed to convince quite a large number of people to support Mahamadou Bawumia. So yes, Godwin Tamaklo loves Asidu Ketia. But on this one, he is with Julius.
So you've just confirmed, Paul, that right from the get-go, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's preference for Dr. Man was.
I don't know whether it's right from the get-go, but I'm thinking that some. That is supposed to at the time of the contest, not before. Oh yeah, but at the time of the contest, say the 2023, middle of 2023. Yes. You know, he was talking to people that how do you see it, and people said that Alan, and then you say this and you say that, and then you balance it out. You know, even at the beginning of Alan's thing, people like George Anda were working for him. You know, there were quite a few people working for him.
And when this internal contest started, this matter became very topical as to who exactly Nanado's preference was.
Nanado's preference was Mahamadou.
And the party kept telling us that Nanado is
neutral.
Oh, that's what we have. We all do that. We all do that. They said Kufuor was neutral, but the record shows that it was Alan Chairman. Okay. You know, J.J. Rawlings is the only one who had been bold in the Fourth Republic, and he got problem for that, so nobody wants to do that. Okay. To go to Sweden and make a declaration for Professor, he's the only one who has been bold to do that. Okay. The rest, you can tease it out from their speech. So if you look at John Mohammed's speech, maybe you can start looking at it from now. Okay. And then you'll get a sense of where he's going. Right, so CEOs, chief executives, they are Julius Deborah. Okay. Ministers, deputy ministers, Julius Deborah. MPs who are not in government, most of them are Asidu Ketia. Okay.
So let's treat Paul's analysis as purely speculative. That's based on what he knows. It's my fact. It is. So there's a gentleman who says that says, Assalamu alaikum alajimura. I want to plead with you to advise Paul to allow his other panelists to also speak. And that this is not good evening, Ghana. Paul is talking too much. Okay, we have heard you. We have heard you, sir. He's heard you. Now, Samuel Brown says, Moro, Fonka Game 2.0 appears to have kicked off well ahead of schedule. It is already all fire and brimstone. Spare thoughts for the lame duck President Mahama and the NDC, and spare prayer for the foreboding event of dismissals and convenient alliances. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Tiniano and Tokro Kwan about Tiniano. It's your toy, Fabu say, the umbrella, it cannot stand. And to me, now, him, Eba, Tokro Kwan and Aqua, Tiniano. Miss Ramo, a brother do. Some of Banamo better also, no so. Yabata shows. So no. They for Ghana, MP Ghana economy. Timadis Redia, the big chatwo, and they say, a draw day. The 4 more no Bayer Juma. A draw day. May you so Pierre, what's on the dean or what card? Draw day bay. I want to fear what for now, only so one actual one day. Now call polling station. I would do war. If you say, electoral commission, I know. A very easy. I'm about to number. Now, Kona Kotua Bano. na kotre wadwen yen pegidi ya takasi bia obia opeso de takasi beba fa abamu no ni kroni nim se nasam enye de inti na de takasi so wasema de there uhia takasi so de be fa abamu na mesamo obia nkotomo bi ntrefie nka se oh abai nana wanya de daw enti ehia se obekoto ehia se obekọ akoto na ododo ha no moto amamia na moto amanila ante Vanderpool but she makani ye kra Nilante Banaman. Nila de Vanderpool de ende. Nilante Banaman. I'm asking the gods of English to pardon me. Manufong basa. Masada. Odio. Now say. What me hon ko say tinye na say. Titie no ene. Tinye no ene. Tokro kwa na aba tinye no. Isio to efamu say ya. The umbrella, it cannot stand. And to me now, him eba tokro kwa and aqua. Mesramo, a brother do. Some of Banamo better so no so. Yabata shores. Swono. Never Ghana, Empia Ghana economy. Timade said, yeah. We need chatwo. And they say, a draw day. The 4 more no be Juma. A draw day. May you so bear what's on the game or what card. Draw the bay. I want to fear what for you now, only so one actual one day. Now call polling station. I would do war. If you say, electoral commission, I know. Very easy. I'm about to number. Now, Kona Kotuabano. Now, Kotra Wadjin. Yan Pegidi Takashibia. Obia or Peso de Takashiba for Abemu. No, the crony him say, Nasam and yet there. Intin of the Taka. So, what's the matter there? Oh, here Takashi. So, the back of Abemu. Na mesamo obia nkotomo bi ntrefie nka se oh abai nana wanya de daw enti ehia se obekoto ehia se obekọ akoto na ododo ha no moto amamia na moto amanila ante Vanderpool but she makani ye kra Nilante Banaman. Nila de Vanderpool de ende. Nilante Banaman. I'm asking the gods of English to pardon me. Manufong basa. Masada.
You're still watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. So if you can't see behind your TV, you have the alternative platform or alternative medium, which is 94.1. That's your that's the radio station that's broadcasting what we're doing here live, 94.1 FM, so that you can still monitor what we're talking about here on the show. Nilante Vanderpool is still with us here, former MP for Ododo, and also he's the national coordinator for DRIP. Now, Paul, the Mustafa Gbande's name that you mentioned, he's not particularly excited about the allegations that you made against him. And
that he's supposing to use.
Yes.
I withdraw it.
Yes. Who says so? He actually was requesting that we we give him a platform to to dismiss that allegation.
Oh no, I withdraw it. That Mustafa Bandi, the deputy
in charge of operations,
general secretary, and also the deputy director of operations, is not supporting Julius Deborah.
No, he said he hasn't told anybody who he supports.
Okay, fair enough. So it's possible that he may be, but he hasn't said it.
No, he said he hasn't told anybody who.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't told me. Yes. That's for sure. Yes, I'm looking at my analysis and I'm saying that he is. But...
So apparently Mustafa is on. Because he's insisting that he.
Yeah, so he
wants to give a reaction. Yes. Aboki.
Yes, so he's on the line.
Yes.
Aboki.
Yes, sir.
Yade.
Lafiaro.
Good. Yeah, family.
Lafiaro.
Wonderful. Why? We're told you have a reaction. What exactly? Okay. We're told that you have a reaction. Please go ahead. What exactly do you want to react to?
So first and foremost, good morning, and good morning to my senior Nilante, Paul himself. My attention has just been drawn to the fact that in Paul's analysis of setting the agenda, mentioned that I am aligned and support the candidate. I hope that happened on your studio.
Yes, that's correct.
On your show.
Yes, he said
I want to state categorically that this thing Paul is doing is to set a tone to discredit, to destroy relationships within the party in order to set a tone for confusion in trying to equalize what is happening in the NPP. Number one, there's no candidate in the NDC. There's no anybody to support and no one not to support. I am doing my work as a party officer, and in the complex nature of it, serving under the seat of the president, and of course, serving under the Honorable Chief of Staff, the second in command of government, who I speak to on daily basis on assignments. I have other senior colleagues within the party and fathers who I speak to and work on daily basis. For you to come and sit on air or to say this about me, with the greatest of respect, this is the second time this, and I pray that it does not happen. Whereas we make commentaries to issues, whereas we contribute to issues in deepening our I have a culture of not telling lies for anything. I also have a discipline of not saying what I am not too sure about. And I don't think Paul has any evidence to back what he said. I want him to retract and apologize for saying that about me.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that he would make this about me. The whole attempt is to discredit key officers of the party. And Moro, you know me. My senior brother Nilante is there. You know my level of objectivity. So when you align me to a particular camp, then I will lose the efficacy to deal with issues as an executive of the party and, of course, the deputy general secretary of the party. And that is not correct.
Okay.
The only person that I am concerned to succeed today is His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama,
okay,
who delegated in small bits and pieces his authority vested in him for all of us to contribute to helping him to succeed. That is the focus. And Paul should not sit there and set an agenda. We have gone far above this kind of games.
Okay. All right, Mustafa.
Can I speak to him?
You want to say something?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you should assure him that even before he spoke, I withdrew it.
I was just about to say.
And I think that he's, I can see that he's getting a bit upset, but it's okay. We are politicians.
I'm not getting a bit upset. I am upset and outraged.
Oh.
By what you said. I'm very disappointed to add it.
Oh, you should.
This should not be coming from you.
Oh, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
Wrong. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you very much.
But I've retracted.
Yes,
so,
yes. I mean, and we also sincerely apologize.
He shouldn't take it too personal.
I think once he has retracted and apologized, I think that we can allow bygones to be bygones. Let's move on. Me?
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of your children.
Yeah. Mustafa is one of
so,
my
So Eugene
my
Washi
children.
Entry has also sent us a message. You know, Eugene is also aspiring to contest. He's
General
also aspiring
Secretary.
to become the General Secretary of the MPP.
I support him.
You support him? Hey, undu fiasem. So
He's my friend.
Eugene Washi.
Paul has just said that he's supporting someone. I'm also supporting
Eugene. He
Eugene.
hasn't told you who he supports. He's not.
He said he supports Julius Zebra.
I said he will win.
Yes.
I said he will win.
But you haven't said you support him.
Oh, he's a good guy. A very, very good guy.
I'm also supporting. I'm supporting Boache Jakon.
Okay.
As national chairman. Because he's my senior old boy.
Okay.
And I'm supporting Eugene for General Secretary.
But you know how sometimes when opposition elements
my very good friend Sylvester Tete is also contesting General Secretary though.
Okay.
So the two of them. As of now, I'm supporting Eugene, but I would love Sylvester to win.
Okay, all right, no problem. So Eugene Wachentry has his former MP for Sobin.
Yes, a very good. It's a very good guy.
Yes, this is what he says. He says Honorable Samuel Atachiatu was one such decent minister on the same level as Honorable Harun Idrisu, who was exceptionally good with his deputies. He gave me an excellent platform during my tenure as his deputy. He needs commendation and a good case study for all ministers in Ghana. It says Honorable Boachi Entry, Aspiring General Secretary, NPP. Master Planner Jr. from Kintampo says, Mr. Paul makes political discussions very interesting. He talks history with fact. I'm really enjoying him this morning. And now that Sam George is done with DSTV, he should channel the rest of the energy to LGBTQ+. This is what majority of Ghanaians are interested in, and one of the reasons why we voted for him. They voted for him in the NDC, but not DSTV subscriptions. Master Planner Jr. Policy Analyst from Kintampo. Now, this one here from McLean is from Seshiyo. So he says that at the time the very survival of Ghanaians is under siege from the escalating Galamsey menace, which continues to destroy lives, livelihoods, and our environments. Honorable Sam George, a cabinet minister who was once so vociferous in criticizing the previous administration over Galamsey, is today more concerned about DSTV prices, which at the same time insulting journalists. It is becoming increasingly clear that the NDC's recent goodwill is fading fast. My regards to Apostle Paul Adom Osrin. The very people who voted them into power now feel disillusioned and disappointed, realizing too late that their hopes have been betrayed. Indeed, time is mightier than man. That's from MD Seshiyo. So, Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm. He says that. It says, good morning, my brother. We should be truthful to ourselves and speak truth for once in this country. What is the crime of Honorable Sam George in all of this? Honorable Sam George was only fighting the interests of the Ghanaian who has been shortchanged. Honorable Sam George, as a minister, has the responsibility to protect the rights of the consumer, and that's exactly what he did. Must we play politics with everything in this country? Honorable Sam George will not apologize and will not resign today. He will not tomorrow, and he will not forever. The micro minority can go and bend the sea for all we care. It says, why am I allowing Paul to set the agenda for the program? No, he's not setting the agenda for the program. We're doing this together. Now, let me look at this one from, your very good friend, what's the name? Alhaji Amadu Sorgo.
Yeah.
Former
MP.
He says he's also interested in contesting for chairmanship if Asidun Ketia will not. Who is on? Uncle Ato. Okay. So Uncle Ato, I'm told, wants to make a quick reaction. Good morning, Uncle Ato.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. How are you, Uncle Ato?
I'm fine. Who am I speaking to, please?
My name is Awudu Moro.
Oh, Awudu Moro, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Now, my understanding is that you have something to say concerning one of the conversations that we're having on the show this morning.
I'm fine.
Please go ahead. Yes. Yes, Uncle Ato.
Yes.
Yes. So my understanding is that you have something to say concerning. So first of all, let me say this is Good Morning Ghana on the Metro TV.
Okay, I'm watching it on TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have something to say, sir?
Yes.
Yes, we're listening to you, sir. Hello, Uncle Ato.
Yes.
Yes. Now, we understand you want to chip in something. We're waiting to hear what you want to say, sir.
I want to correct some wrong impressions of some of your people on your program.
Okay.
particularly with Paul Adumochiri.
Okay. Uncle, so we're listening, sir.
Should I be speaking to my phone or I should be listening to the TV?
No. You said you have something you want to say about a comment Paul Adumochiri has said. So please speak to us through your phone. Yes, through your phone.
Oh, through your phone.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Paul Adumochiri.
Yes, sir.
Paul is listening to you, sir, Uncle Ato.
Okay. Okay, I'm lowering the TV.
I think that's where the challenge is.
This photograph is Kwame Nahoy.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll change it. It says, please change it to Ato instead. This is Kwame in this picture. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead, Uncle Ato.
Moro.
Yes, sir.
I like the way of late you've been presenting Paul Adumochiri come and cause confusion in the NDC.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to say. I like the way you've been doing that consistently of late. Paul Adumochiri is a person who has never found anything correct with the NDC. He is one of the people who always wants to be on the side of Akufo-Addo. I know the relationship between him and Akufo-Addo, and Paul knows that I know the things I'm talking about are correct. This is the Paul Adumochiri when NDC was in power, who came to my office and wanted me to get a position for him. But let him do whatever the mischief that he's trying to do. He's on a mischief assignment, and it's not going to help him in any way, shape, or form. And I would like him to concentrate on his MPP things, whilst we also concentrate on our NDC things. The NDC is very clear. It says that it will select a running mate, what is not running mate, the other one, a flag bearer, at least within 1 year of the election. So it means we can choose to select our flag bearer sometime in 2028 or 2027. So all these things that are going on, causing confusion between Asiedu Nketia and Julius Debra and everybody, it's just the typical trademark of Paul Adumochiri. And I don't think we should give him the chance to I don't think you, Moro, should give him the chance to do what he's doing on the TV. It's not right. And I don't expect you to give a platform to this guy to do what he's doing. We have our party, and we are running our party, and we know when we are going to elect our flag bearer. He can go through all the rigmarole that he wants. But, Moro, you know very well that NDC, we have a way of doing our own thing. Do you remember that when Atamels was selected as running mate by the NDC, as flag bearer by NDC, nobody thought he was going to do it. But we got him in, and he got it. The same thing, when people were fighting about who should be the running mate with Mahama, all sorts of names were mentioned, but the NDC went and brought Nana Jane, and Nana Jane is now the vice president. So I think we should keep quiet and be careful the way we do our things with as far as the NDC is concerned. We have our system of doing things, and that system hasn't failed us, and it will not fail us. So tell Paul Adumochiri to keep whatever bad things he wants to do to NDC to himself, because he won't succeed. And some of us who are old members of the party will not allow him to succeed. We are going to make sure that NDC will go through their system and select whoever has to be the flag bearer or the running mate or whatever it is at the appropriate time. The time is not now. Mahama has done only 9 months of the 4 years. And I don't understand why we are going through this thing of trying to select a running mate now or a flag bearer now. It is not yet time. President Mahama has done only 4 months, 9 months, and we have 3.5 more years to go. So people should just keep quiet and let him do his governance. Paul Adumachi, please keep quiet and shut your mouth and let Mahama serve his term. You never did what you are doing today when Akufo-Addo was in power. So please,
Uncle
let
Ato,
us have a peace. Yes.
Uncle Ato, first of all, we want to thank you very much for the advice. First of all, for calling, and first of all, for watching the show, and secondly, for calling and making your inputs as far as the conversation we're having is concerned. But what we here at Metro TV can assure you of is that when we invite people for programs, we don't invite them because we have some ulterior motive. I mean, first of all, Paul is a member of this company. He's a staff of this company. He has a program called Good Evening Ghana. And so as a staff of this company, he's entitled. In fact, he has a right to appear on any platform if the platform deems it fit to invite him, to come and express his opinion. Basically, his opinion is expressing. And there's always somebody from the other side who would counter or disagree with him if what he's saying is not factual. So it is not like we're doing a one-on-one with him, where he comes and says things and perhaps the host is not asking, proper, relevant, critical follow-up questions. That is not the case at all. And it is also not my call. I don't personally decide who comes on the show. There's a production team that works with the head of the programs department who decide who appears on the show or what show and at what time and on what day. So it's not personal. I mean, I don't make that call at all. But your concerns are well noted. I'm sure management is listening. I'm sure management believes that there's something that ought to change as far as the paneling is concerned. I'm sure that management will take the right decision. But your concerns are well noted. We thank you very much for your input.
Can I make an intervention?
You want to make an intervention?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ato, and good morning. I'm very happy to hear Uncle Ato talking. Him and I support the same Manchester United club, and so I'm very happy to hear him. Good morning, Uncle Ato. Thank you very much for intervening.
Good morning. Good morning.
No, I don't support Accra, which he does. Uncle Ato says that he talks about my relationship with Akufo-Addo, which is, yes, it's true. I mean, I believe that Akufo-Addo is one of the most impactful politicians of the Fourth Republic. I noticed that when I covered him in the Second Parliament, and I noticed that the way his youth mobilization was when I was a university student. So, yes, definitely, I'm an apologist of the Akufo-Addo political philosophy. There's no doubt about that. The other thing is that I do not wish the NDC evil. That's also, perhaps it's a bit too harsh. I mean, I have friends in the NDC. I am generally a political animal, so I like to follow politics a lot. So it is true that when Uncle Ato was at Church Street in those days of Mills, I will go there often with Harry Zakor. I don't remember asking him to give me a position, but yes, I visited him all the time. I will harass him for this and for that, and that's also true. I used to go to Church Street. Sometimes David Lamte will send me there as well, so that's true. The other thing is, the thing we are discussing is not coming out of me. It's coming out of Musa Dankwa's polls. This is really the point that has to be made. It's not me saying that I'm coming here this morning to discuss something that is not born out of it. It's a newspaper review program. So the newspaper agenda is what we are following. Sometimes we can add other things, but those things must have been in the news. So we are talking about Sam George this morning because it is in the news. We are talking about the NDC's presidential primaries because Musa Dankwa has been polling about it, and it forms part of the news. Anytime Musa Dankwa picks up a poll, it is a big story on Joy FM and Joy Headline News and all of that. So that is why we are talking about the NDC situation. I was here last week. We probably didn't talk about the NDC situation. We talked about something else. I wanted to discuss, if it has been reported, that Richard Japa and Godfrey Dame petitions to the CID, which I'm very interested in. So I have to plead with Uncle Ato that the things he heard me said were based on a discussion of the Musa Dankwa polls, to which I gave some flesh to. And I was also concerned that Ben Brito-Chimalon, especially one of the respected journalists, as I said, broadcasters, was concerned about the way Musa Dankwa was doing the polls too early. And Musa Dankwa stood his ground and said that he's a pollster. He pulls up polls every 3 months, and so he will continue to do it, and that they do it everywhere in the world. This is what has got me talking about the NDC flag bearership.
Okay, Thank you very much for the feedback. We appreciate it. We truly do. Hello, Uncle Ato. Yes, I said.
What I'll say is that I want Paul to remember that I also used to own a radio station or be aligned to a radio station, and therefore I know how these things are done. You know, you can get Musa Danko or whatever it is to do a poll, and then the poll can become the subject of discussion. But then the ulterior motive is there. I've done these things way before. So Paul should not think that I'm a novice when it comes to placing these stories and the rest on the radio and on the TV. So I know exactly how this thing is being done. And that's why I'm saying that Paul should know me from times of old. And therefore, I think that you people are jumping the horse too early.
Okay.
Mahama has done only 9 months. He has 4 years. He's done only 9 months. So you take your time. Let him do at least, out of the 9 months, let him do about, after 4 years, let him do about 3 years. And then we can start talking about the succession plan. But after 9 months, you started talking about the succession plan. It's not right.
Okay.
Once you do it that way, it means the people who he selected to help him pursue his agenda will even start fighting among themselves and be suspicious of each other. And I think that as an elder of the NDC, I'm pleading with you to stop throwing wenches into this thing so that we can concentrate on giving you good governance.
Okay. All right. Uncle Ato, thank you very much, and continue to watch Good Morning Ghana. We appreciate you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. And, well, lots of messages. Lots of messages. I don't know how to do this.
That's why I thought that it was uncomfortable with discussing this topic, and I wanted us to change the topic. But you insisted it was
very important topics to talk about. Unfortunately, because of time, we can't.
I was told we were going to talk about the issues pertaining to the placement.
Yes.
And also the issue about KNUST.
Yes.
You know.
Unfortunately, our time is run out.
If you give me some 5 minutes, let me talk about that thing. As a parent, I'm worried about the level of moral decadence in our secondary schools.
What means KNUST? Oh,
yes, I'm talking about secondary schools.
It's terrible.
And seriously speaking, you see, I am somebody who was very uncomfortable when the whole issue about removing corporal punishment and things from school and things. I totally found it very. You see, this has led to serious breakdown of discipline in most of our schools because students are now doing things and they go away with it. Teachers cannot accept their responsibility and mandate the way they're supposed to have it. And I think we must have a whole general discussion about education again. I as a parent, I get worried because I talked to a lot of teachers during the campaign. I interacted with a lot of teachers, and they are not comfortable with the environment, but they can't talk about it.
Okay.
And I think we must have a look because what happened. Seriously, if I were the parent of the girl,
yes,
I will just go and give the assistant headmaster some slaps.
Hey, that's violence.
No, you see, that is why people say violence. What is violence?
But why would you want to slap?
That is terrible.
Yes, what he did is terrible. And you think such a person should not be given some lashes?
A lot of people do it. Somebody was telling me they all do it. It's just that it doesn't come on video.
Right now,
That's what Professor said the same thing.
That the headmasters are...
It is very rampant. It's very common.
Paul, you heard about these things even happening at the universities.
University is okay, they're older.
They are not older. Sarah, people are going to, my son is going to university at the age of 18.
Yes, it's true. These days.
You understand? Yeah. Okay. So we must look at all these things and see how we can at least reform the sort of code of conduct, ethics, behavior of students, of teachers, of lecturers, all through.
All right.
Because even at the primary level, somebody telling me that some teachers even fondle the
10-year-olds,
the private part
of young boys.
Oh, God.
Oh, female teachers?
Yes. Hey, they do it for pleasure.
Well, unfortunately, our time is up. But you know what? I would have to sincerely apologize to most of you. I mean, all of you have sent us messages, who sent me messages to read. The likes of Carlos from Odududio, Alfred Tradels, and Alhaji Hamza, Musa Batwa. I'm so sorry. Time is not. No, today he's not sent a message. Time is not our best friend. But I'll read this final one from Niama Matefiu. It says, Paul's so-called forecasting analysis of Haruna's statement is really much ado about nothing. Haruna has long been mentioned as a potential indecisive flag bearer, but he has consistently denied those claims on several platforms. His recent remarks suggesting the vice president could be elevated to the president was simply meant to dismiss that baseless rumor. It meant nothing more. But just 30 seconds each. I mean, we're observing Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
I want me to find out whether you examined your wife's breast before coming this morning.
Annie, Annie, you are warned. Annie, you are warned.
Yes.
Why are you trying to bring our
she just wants to know what
private
discussion?
Private discussion.
No,
I'm a married man.
Okay.
How? If Paul didn't do it, I did it.
What was it?
Victory Garlic Mission na wati ni bina ati ni say na edro ni tie na no kwasem ne say edro we adwuma ye titru pa ne say ebeboa ananna ne srade e wo ni padua ni mu ntin mu ama ohu atɔ kra de di kan